I still think there's a right way to do things, and money has become part of this equation. But if you go back to the right way to do things, I recruit you. We have a great system. You want to be a part of this system. You want to go here, improve your game. While you're here, we're going to win. We're going to put some other guys that are like-minded with you. We're going to create some connectivity, some chemistry, but we're all on the same page here to try to develop you for what you eventually want to become, okay? That whole thing, to me, is still at the core of the foundation of how you're going to build a successful program. We've added money into that equation, and I get that, and you've got to play that game to a certain extent. But when it becomes more about the money than it becomes about that, I think that's where it all gets screwed up for programs and players.
There's only 4 or 5 programs, though, that have that luxury. Fortunately for us, we're one of them. A program like Miami, they don't necessarily have that luxury. They're chasing. Program like Louisville, they're chasing.
I think Kentucky's been chasing a little bit since
they have been chasing.
I'm not trying to pick on them in this.
No, they've been chasing
case.
some. They've been chasing.
But I think what was interesting about that whole deal is they went and hired Mark Pope, but then they tried to make up the difference between Pope and Cal and act like they were the same by spending money on players. And look, they weren't terrible. I mean, they had a formidable roster, but I just think there's really something too. You're right. I agree 100% with what you're saying, Chuck. There's really something too, though, when it becomes about that money. It becomes about something different than you really need in your organization
because
to win.
You've overpaid for it. I mean, that's the thing that, I mean, we can talk about this till 10 o'clock in the morning, but that's the part that drives me nuts about the transfer portal. People say, well, you got to have money. You got to have money. Yeah, you do. But at some point, let's spend our money wisely.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I would argue that sometimes a Big Mac is like, that's gourmet, man. I'll take it.
When you're hungry, it's not bad.
If you made me pick a meal, like, hey, you could have anything. Like, if I was dying tomorrow, if I'm going to the, electric chair, I'm probably going to have a Big Mac.
No.
Are you
serious? Not a chance.
Tell me something that's better.
You don't go to the electric chair every day. I mean, you just don't. I mean, it calls for a Big Mac. I mean, really.
Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
That's how you close out a ball game now. 8 runs in the 8th inning. Yeah, I was getting a little nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm thinking, man, they really need to win tonight. And it's 4-4 going into the bottom of the 8th, and whack, whack, whack.
Rally cat, man.
8 runs.
Got a cat loose on the field.
I know. Boy, cat looks scared, too. I mean, he really looks scared.
What's with the creatures that make their way into Baum Stadium?
I don't know.
Walker
it's got
creatures.
something to do with, I guess it's through the outfield. But, I mean, I don't know.
Well, it worked out last night.
Yeah.
And there's a little entertainment, How do you corner a cat?
Well, it's
find a gate to open and chase it.
Yes, that's right.
That cat out there by the outfield wall, I mean, I don't know how tall the wall is, probably 10 feet.
Right.
Maybe not quite, but that cat had no chance getting 3 feet up that wall.
You could tell that cat had a rough day. And I hope everything worked out all right.
Yeah.
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 You know what a soft spot I have for
him. Yeah.
No, I do. And I hope everything worked out.
Well, yeah. Who's doing the follow-up story on that? We need a follow-up
someone
story
will.
on the cat, and we need a follow-up story on Charles Bediako.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for those two stories.
Well,
nobody cares, once it ends.
Both of them, probably could be eaten a little bit better based on what I saw last night and the last time I heard from Charles Bediako, too.
That's what I hear. 8 runs in the 8th.
No, that was good.
That's
they
how you
needed
finish
that.
it.
Yeah, they needed
But
that.
I got to tell you, Missouri State looked like a little league team there for a minute. Boy, they were making some silly errors.
Yeah.
Could have turned a double play and ended up throwing it into left field. The guy just missed the ball.
Yeah. It
was
just,
weird.
I mean,
But you need some of that stuff to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you do. You need some breaks. And look, that's not, that doesn't a season make for sure. But, Missouri State's going to be in the NCAA tournament. That's a team with pretty good RPI. That might end up being a pretty good win before it's all said and done.
Here's DVH after the game.
They didn't get all uptight, and we knew we had 2 at bats, and if we didn't score in the 8th, we get to hit in the 9th. We just need to stop them in the top of the 9th, but obviously we didn't need that, and we've handled a lot, so I don't think it was a big deal for us.
Oh, they have been through a lot. He's talking about when the game was tied up in the 7th inning, 4-4, and then they didn't get uptight. They just came out and played in the 8th and took care of business.
Again, they needed that. And we talked about that yesterday, about how, this is not a game you need to lose. But you need to feel like, you need to feel like a winner again. I mean, you have a rough weekend, rough day on Sunday, and, they also won a game over the weekend. It wasn't like, it was a total disaster. But that Sunday or Saturday game, when you give up 26, I mean, that sticks with people. And that's what everybody talks about.
Yeah.
And so to go back out there and win a ball game and score a bunch of runs doing it, let's not lose sight of the fact that, Arkansas scored 22 runs or 26 runs in their last 2 games. So that's pretty good.
And a little bit more on the RPI situation with this game.
Yes.
I mean, it's a really important game for both teams. A lot of RPI, I'd say, points there. And, they went for it, and our hitters just did a nice job.
I think we're so used to things looking a certain way around here in baseball. And we could say that about really basketball and football in different ways. But in baseball, you're used to it looking a certain way. Some years it's just not going to. And I think the tendency is to just say, well, it's not the year. We don't have it this year. Not going to Omaha, so that means you're not going to win a national championship. But every team has its own makeup and their own identity and go through their own things. And, the whole season still plays out. And here's the reality, I think. If Arkansas wins their, I think, 2 remaining non-conference games, they like midweek games, they go sweep Mizzou, which, maybe they won't, but if they go sweep Mizzou and then they win 2 of 3 in is it 3 remaining series after that? I believe it is. They're in a position, I think, to still host. Well, they've got to do their work on the back end here. They don't have to win every single game, but they got to win most of them.
They've got 12 conference games left, and I guess they've got 2 non-conference games. Maybe is it next week? I think Northwestern State, maybe. So I mean, they're on the tail end. But you look at the schedule right now, and there are winnable games here. But now look, there are losable games too. I guess what I won't say it bothers me. I just don't understand the thought that they're either going to win the national championship or they're awful in some people's minds. I mean, there are people here today who will tell you, oh, they're terrible. If I'm reading the text right now, they're horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you nuts?
Yeah, well,
they're not
like
horrible.
Feels like that when you're used to it being a certain way.
Well, but
I don't disagree with you. I'm saying what it can feel like because you've been.
They don't go to Omaha every year. They don't go to Omaha every year. It does seem like it.
And it seems like during the year you're going to be good enough to go.
Right. And people look at it right now and they wonder about that. I wonder about that. I don't know if they're an Omaha team or not. I mean, and it's fair to wonder that. But they're not horrible. This idea, oh, they're just terrible. We're not any good this year. Well, yeah, you are. Yeah, you're good. You may not be great right now, but let's not go to the extreme.
Well, let's get into it. Let's hear what makes them horrible. let's open the phone lines up. 877-377-6963. What makes Arkansas horrible? I mean, we can go broader if you want. If you want to just get it off your chest today. What makes it all so horrible? Today is Horrible Wednesday. Hump Day, horrible. I mean, they looked pretty fun in the 8th inning last night.
It was good. I mean, it was good, and I'm sure it was Yeah, I'm sure it was a little bit cathartic too. I mean, you need innings like that every once in a while, where there's a fight at the bat rack. Everybody wants to hit. Everybody wants to get up there, and that's kind of how it was last night.
So the baseball team wins. They scored 8 in the 8th. Malik Ewing has gone in the transfer portal. I was able to find out he is not currently eligible.
Yeah, we asked yesterday on the air, when Otis was here, what's the deal with Malik Ewing? Well, I guess we found out.
He needs a waiver. There's a bunch of guys in the portal that need waivers.
Well,
like near 200 guys that need waivers.
There are, and that's one of the byproducts of, first off, being able to apply for a waiver. And, thinking, well, this is my last year. I don't have to pay as much attention to, some of this pesky academic stuff. I don't know. But to me, and I'll say this now, it's been interesting to me all year long that even after games like where Malik would have a double-double, nobody said, we got to get him a waiver. Oh, we got to get this guy a waiver so he can come back. That's been out there all year. It's been out there, ever since he came here, that possibility. But people have talked about it. Kind of everybody knew, but there's never been any like, oh, we got to get him back, which makes me wonder, did they plan on him coming back? I don't know, but he's a good player. He's a good player, and he'll help somebody next year if he gets the waiver.
At times, he helped Arkansas this year. Is he a fit for next year's team? What is next year's team going to end up looking like once they're done with the roster? And is he someone – I don't know that they push anybody really out of the program, but is he someone they're really trying to keep in the program?
That word fit comes up a lot, and it's really overused and a lot of times misapplied. As fans, fit to us means, do they play well together? When we watch the game on television, do they play well together? If they fit, when you watch them play well together, it's a product of what's happened off the floor. I'm not saying anybody, and I'm not meaning to imply that anyone in this situation was not, a good guy and doing the very best they could. But sometimes fit means how you are in the hours that the public isn't watching you on television. What kind of teammate are you when we're not on the practice floor even? All those things have a lot to do with that word fit.
Speaking of fit, Arthur has called in from Vermont. He's in the sock factory. Looking for a fit.
That's a fact. I really have nothing to say on the whole horrible thing. I think the baseball team was plenty dangerous and they get in the tournament. But I wanted to call about I want to call about the new rules about only certain NILs are exempt and others aren't. This just sounds like USC, Alabama, Tommy Tuberville's fingerprints all over this. They want to keep Texas Tech and Arkansas from, buying players. And it's going to, because like Tyson seems like they would have to go through the clearinghouse that I kind of monitor Alabama sites and stuff like that. And they're talking, and over there, they're always like, well, we got legitimate NIL. We pay our players the right way through Nike or whatever.
This is incredible.
And so I just want to hear what Bart's take on it is, because he seems to be pretty, he translates that stuff for us.
Bart knows things, yes.
Arthur, can you pause the machine for a second?
I don't know that he can pause
can't stop it.
Yeah, I don't think he can pause it.
That would be bad. So I'll just have to maybe catch up with you guys on Friday, buddy.
This is
all
good.
Right, thank you, Arthur.
I have this vision of Arthur's in this job, this factory, this sock factory, and we're his joy in the job. Like he's listening.
We're like his 5-minute break. We're like his 5-minute break.
Now it's turned into he's figured out a way to get his AirPods in there, and that's what he's doing. He's calling off the AirPod. He doesn't have the phone up to his head, the machine's going, and you know,
No, you're right.
That's
I can
his,
picture it.
That's sort of his sunshine with a dark cloud over the sock factory. We're the beacon of light. So I'm not like all tore up that we're having a hard time hearing him. I'm like, well, hey, you know, this is what we're doing this for.
Have you noticed how Arthur now, how he seeks out Bart's thoughts? When he calls, he asks. I wonder what Bart thinks.
He always seems to do it right after Bart takes the headphones off because he's annoyed at whatever. And in this case, it was the machine.
Well, I couldn't really hear what Arthur was saying. I was trying to kind of move the headphones off my ears so I could hear him, not the machine.
You were adjusting. Yes.
Yeah.
So you had to really listen.
There was no annoyance.
Okay. I was reading your body. I misread your body language.
I thought it was actually kind of entertaining what was happening. I was just trying to.
I kind of wanted to see the machine. The sound made me want to see what it was doing in the sock process.
Have you ever seen the show How It's Made? That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
You ever seen How It's Made? It's
No.
like an old like Discovery Channel show.
Sounds like a good show.
It goes into factories and show you how things are made, and I just imagine Arthur being like an extra in the show, making socks, doing what he's doing.
Actually, he could be a character in the show.
He could.
That seems like the kind of show that you turn on and you watch it for 2 or 3 minutes, and the next thing you know, you've been watching it for 20 or 30 minutes.
It's fascinating.
You're like, oh, I'm going to stay here for a second, and then the next thing you know, you're in.
It's like
captures
Mythbusters,
you.
those kind of shows from the 2000s.
Well, and it's generally that's the kind of show old people watch, though, most of the time. Edward's awfully young to be watching the Discovery
Well, he's curious.
Channel.
He's curious, and
curious
he
mind.
likes to know how things are made.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I can see that.
Yeah.
Did you understand enough of Arthur's question?
I don't even remember what it was now.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I got
I think what Arthur was asking is about the lawsuit that's challenging.
That's right. Real NIL and like not real NIL.
Yeah, the CSC, the College Sports Commission, and
multimedia
rights holders,
apparel companies.
It's very in the weeds. It's very confusing. The bottom line here is that this lawsuit is challenging whether or not the CSC has the authority to tell the multimedia rights holders what they can and can't do in terms of athlete compensation as the MMR. And if this lawsuit is successful, basically it would mean that the MMRs can act as collectives, and they're really the $20.5 million rev share cap really becomes irrelevant in certain ways. In a lot of ways, it already is irrelevant.
Yes.
But because there's no structure, there are no contracts, there's no salary cap, there's none of that. So this is a legal battle. We'll see how it plays out. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, most of what's happening in college athletics right now is bad. But I lean toward it not being a great thing. But we'll see.
Well, I'm not going to take the bait. I got us like into the forest yesterday on this conversation, and I know enough to be dangerous. And the bottom line is this thing's just going to continue to play out, and it's going to be more court stuff and more legal stuff. And if you go on social media, Chuck, and you try to find out what's going on in sports these days, you could normally just scroll, and there's a handful of useful information in there, right?
Yeah, I was reading an article in the paper a while ago before we came on about Bradley Shaw, one of the linebackers.
Yeah, Mike linebacker.
Yeah, and he's a really good player. You could tell right away when they signed him he was going to be a good player. And I was reading it, though, and I'm thinking, wow, there are still players out there. I mean, we kind of view them almost, and I hate to say this, is when you see a player, how much is he getting paid, this and that. I mean, it's just nice to read an article about a guy playing football. I mean, really. I don't think there's any mention of NIL one time in the article.
Business of sports.
Yeah.
That's what like so much information is on, because that's where the world exists in terms of getting players. It's 6:19. Hey, DSI is hiring drivers. Distribution Solutions Incorporated. Log on to their website, drivedsi.com. If you're a driver, they're driving in 48 states. They've been at it for 30 years. They built their company to be great for drivers. Not every company's built like that. They are. They want to know you by name, know your family. You're going to feel like you're part of a family. Time off's important. They know downtime's important. And they've got great benefits. And you can find those benefits at drivedsi.com. 6:19, it's Wednesday. Good morning.
Well, I've got a lot more rhythm than people realize.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're big hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you're going to know who you are, going to know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters. Hey, it's Bo, and what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, and a community that actually feels like one? Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. The first new construction in 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today. That's BigCreekGolf.com. Dale, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh my gosh, I'm finally on.
You're on.
I've been listening to you guys forever. You guys are awesome.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the Pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've learned so much just off the air today, listening to Bart and Edward and Riley. I'm really out of touch. I mean, I really am.
With what?
With everything.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Razorbacks win, 8-run 8th, 12-4, Baum Walker Stadium. Malik Ewan's in the transfer portal. Still has to get eligible, from what we understand, to play. He'll need a waiver. Hunter's in Destin, Florida. Hunter, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. It's Wednesday. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, I'm not going to make it to the red and white game, and I heard Trey said it's not going to be televised. Do you guys know if anybody's going to stream it?
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge. We're going to have it on the radio Saturday. To my knowledge, it's not going to be streamed, but that doesn't mean it won't. It just means if it's going to happen, I haven't heard about it, but I don't think so.
I appreciate it. I'll be on the lookout.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
That's interesting. You know, we've gone from all the games being on television. It seemed like all the spring games were televised to now very few of them.
It's because nobody watched.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the truth.
Well, it's not a big TV audience, but I don't know that the TV inventory being used on the SEC network, if you're an SEC team, or putting it on the Watch ESPN app really, really hurt anything. I guess you got to pay people to do the games. And so maybe that's it. But the spring game doesn't have the appeal that it once did. Well, and I think I have an understanding of why, because it was never, real football. You're just kind of watching a scrimmage, and teams would put together different rules and formats to try to maybe make it a little bit more interesting, but that didn't seem to really work. But I also think there's this other thing happening in college football where we don't know who players are. And I guess on one hand, you could watch to see if you can find out who they are, but you're not watching a real situation. And so it's kind of like fake news, whatever the results are. If a running back goes out there and has an 80-yard touchdown run, does it really feel like an 80-yard touchdown run?
Well, so many times in these scrimmages, you have ones versus twos or ones versus threes. And there's always some, weird scoring system. And it's not like watching a real game. Defense gets a point. Yeah, and now they're going to split the teams up this year. It's not going to be ones versus twos. It's not going to be – you may have ones and twos and threes all out there together, from what I understand. They're gonna mix this thing up and try to have a competitive ball game. I hope they do. I hope it is a competitive game. When you talk about spring games, I don't think people come to a spring game, at least not very many, with the idea that, I want to watch every play. I'm not going to the concession stand or the bathroom. I want to watch every play. I want to get a feel for this. You can count those folks on one hand. I think most people come to a spring game because they want to feel the events that they went to in the fall or that they go to in the fall. They want to try to go to a football game. They want it to feel like it does in September, October, I guess next year, mid-August. That's what they're after. And it's just hard to recreate that. When the stadium's not full, it's hard to recreate that. Schools do their best. Arkansas is doing their best on Saturday. They're going to put on a show out there in the parking lot. They're going to do their best to bring people in. But at the end of the day, it's still a spring game, and that's just the reality of the situation.
They have 7-on-7 in the summer in high school, which is great. It's basketball on grass, but it's entertaining. If you go watch your kids play or, your local high school or whatever, there's some fun to that. And they have a tournament. It almost feels like to me, we got to do something like that, or you got to play another team.
Well, also too, in the Southeastern Conference now, spring football is competing against baseball and football or softball and the other things that other conference teams, their own schools, are playing. And your attention can only be attracted to so many things. If you're into baseball or softball right now, well, they got a game on Saturday. Am I going to go watch a practice or am I going to watch a game? And, there was a time in the SEC when Every baseball game wasn't on television. Every softball game wasn't on television. For example, this weekend, if Arkansas baseball was out of town, there was nothing to do. You know, well, let's go to the spring game. It's the only Razorback thing going on. Well, now you can have a watch party at your house. You know, you can watch anything you want. So I think you're competing in a sense for people's attention. And a practice is, I mean, you got your work cut out for you there.
I wish they were playing an exhibition game.
People finally figured it out, guys. Spring practice is boring. Like it's boring.
Well, you've got to be willing to get into the weeds.
To a common fan is what I mean.
You've got to be willing to get
like
into the weeds.
Just like a general Razorback fan, it's boring. It's practice. That's all it is.
Well,
and the spring game scrimmage is just a practice. That's all it is. There's not any sort of entertainment value. Fans have figured that out. The TV networks have figured that out. There's just no return there.
Well, I think part of it, too, in our case, is because there's not been success. Look, they had a practice. Look, Look, they had a basketball practice down there in Hot Springs, and the whole town was there.
Yeah.
Half of Southeast Arkansas was there. So, I mean, you can throw a practice and draw a crowd, but you got to be good. And you got to, you know, they're doing their best. They're trying to make this kid-friendly and family-friendly. It's hard to do.
For sure.
It's hard to draw a crowd for a spring game.
No knock on any of that
But,
at all.
but if you're good, people will come watch. They will come watch.
Oh, yeah. In the NFL, you see, training camp, they open it up, and people come out and they watch. But you also know who those players are. And if you don't know who, like if that guy wasn't on your team last year, you know him from another team because he's in the NFL and he's been around for a minute in a lot of cases. Or you want to check this rookie out or whatever.
But you know the players.
Yeah. I think if you're going to play a game and you want people to come, which I'm not suggesting Arkansas does, I think they understand exactly what you're saying when they've tried to create this atmosphere like before the game,
right? For sure,
which is something that people can go enjoy, and they'll probably have 10,000 people do that.
If the weather's good, they will.
But the idea of having a big crowd show up to spring games, unless you've got like the Alabama situation where you've got this tradition of being good and a lot of players and you're coming out to see them and you're going to get in that 100-yard line for autographs and all that. In most cases, it's just not something people are showing up for. But if they played a game, like if they were playing Oklahoma State, an exhibition game on Saturday, shortened quarters, whatever you wanted to do, and people aren't doing that, I think mostly because of if somebody got hurt, you'd be like, well, what'd we do that for? But if
NFL teams do it all the time.
Yeah.
Literally all the time. They have joint practices, they have scrimmages, like
they do. They also have a practice roster that is better than the ones you have in college, and they can go get somebody, in free agency or trade for somebody.
Yeah. Well, you got 100-man rosters in college football.
Yeah, well, I mean, but the gap between the top 65.
I know.
I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But point is, if you want to make it a game, make it a game.
Right.
But otherwise,
I completely agree.
It's not the same. Now, having said all that, I'm really interested to learn whatever we can about what kind of team they're going to have.
I am too.
I think everybody is. I'd love to know.
We're going to have Coach Silverfield on tomorrow, and I'm anxious, to get to the point after the game Saturday where you've at least got some idea. You at least recognize them. I mean, their number. Just you feel like you've got a better grasp on the team. I think that's the big thing, and you kind of touched on it there with fans right now. They don't really know who the players on the team are.
We got to hit a break, but I do want to say this. I actually think that part of what Coach Silverfield wants to do, and we can ask him about this tomorrow, it is next year and the year after that, I think you're going to know a whole lot more players on the team.
Probably so.
You're going to still have turnover. But this was a whole basically redo. I mean, you 5 guys off this team from last year. Next year, hopefully, 20. And you've got freshmen that are developing that you're hearing about. But by the third year, if you can have the core of your team be guys that you developed and were able to retain because you wanted to, I think that is – we talk about the portal, but you can still build a football team like that if you recruit well. And I think people that do that are going to be glad they did.
You've got to have a core. I mean, there has to be a core. or you don't have a chance. Yeah, you've got to augment everything through the portal, and Arkansas may have to do that more than some. But you must have a core that runs your show. Your players have to run your team.
Hey, Teamwork Roofing's making it easy to upgrade your roof. And at Teamwork, they're proud to be premium or premier certified contractor for both Malarkey Shingles and McElroy Metal Systems. That means that you get a whole system installed, all the pieces and parts that go together. It's not a mix and match situation or secondhand materials. But here's the big thing I want to tell you about. You don't have to wait to get your roof done. You can get it financed. And most times in roofing, you're not going to find a situation like that. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time, and no payments for 60 days. Need help with your deductible, insurance deny your claim, or if you're ready for those big upgrades to the exterior of your home, you don't have to wait. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
We got wackos, people. There are wackos everywhere. There are wackos everywhere.
I call them our base. I mean, you call them wackos at the wall.
Chuck and Bo Show.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and when it comes to a roof or remodel, let me recommend Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky on what you can expect.
We're going to be there when we say we're going to be there. We're going to have really high-quality people that are going to be there that are extremely talented at what they do. You're going to get more than what you bargained for.
And Teamwork Roofing and Construction now offers financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Will Chuck and I still be doing a show when Arkansas wins a national championship in football?
No. And I'm, no.
We'll all be dead and gone.
No.
Well, what about Everett? Will he be here to see it?
What about
What
about Bennett?
What about my son?
Yeah, what about
No.
Bennett? He's not even how old's Bennett? 2?
He'll be 2 1 month from now.
I mean, there's
Now, why do you say
party,
that?
My point is,
birthday
there is
party
no
event's coming
evidence.
soon.
Okay, good.
There is no evidence whatsoever that points to that.
How about Ryder,
based on
my
based on
grandkid?
what we have
Ryder's slightly
today?
older.
Does my grandkid have a chance
Sure,
at a
maybe-
lifetime
maybe
football
so.
national
Maybe so.
championship?
What about Ryder's children?
I don't
So
even
that's
know.
the near future.
Yeah.
That's the near future.
Look, I mean,
Now, come on, Bart. Why do you say that?
because there's no evidence to support the idea that Arkansas is anywhere remotely close to competing for a national championship in football. There's zero evidence to
What if
point
they
to
get
that.
lucky?
Well, you know,
I disagree slightly.
oh, okay, that's fine. But
I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
There's nothing that says that this roster, that this coaching staff, that anything is remotely close to winning a championship.
Well, they just got here.
Well, I know.
And they would have said
know.
this. In fairness, they would have said the same thing about Signetti when he got to Indiana.
Sure, maybe so. And sure, you can catch lightning in a bottle, but there are so many other sports that are an awful lot closer to winning a national championship here than.
But does it
than
matter?
football.
I'm talking about not to that team and the program. I'm talking about the fan base, which is every Arkansan that cares anything about the Razorbacks. Does it matter? If you win every single championship in 18 other sports, does it matter?
It should, because you're not going to win one in football anytime soon.
Yeah, but whether it should or not, it doesn't change whether it does.
I understand that. I do. I really do.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com.
I will confess, I've reached the point in my life when my main goal every day is to get home. So once I'm there, it's going to take quite a bit to get me back out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Feel like all's right with the world again. You got Edward going after breakfast.
That's it. I mean, you said it needed to happen.
Yeah, we have to have an early breakfast.
We made progress
today.
from yesterday where we
know.
have the conversation and there's not an action step.
Yeah.
And, you know, let it be said that every meeting needs to have an action step coming out of it. Or nobody really knows what the action step is. Or the person who just takes action always ends up doing the action. So there you go. We learned something yesterday.
I use that word we, you know, when
it's a collective
whenever we get breakfast today.
Bart uses that when he's golfing.
We
had a rough hole. We had a good hole.
It's a team thing.
We had a rough hole. And
Jordan
we can say
Spieth does that. Jordan Spieth does that.
Well, yeah. When you say we, who are you referring to? It's just it's a figure of speech.
It's a manner of speaking.
It's a manner of speaking. Yeah. When we say we.
Yeah.
But golfers do that a lot.
People that are, you know, Bart does not he's not a guy that demands all the attention and praise. He's always eager to share it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a real
win
team
together,
here.
lose together.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yesterday we all lost.
Yeah,
together.
we all
The
felt like
question
losers
is-
leaving
yesterday. The question is are we going to win together today?
Yeah, we're going to win.
Are we going to win?
We're going to have an early breakfast. Everything's
that's
good.
the-
That's
yeah,
key, man.
that is the key.
It's the most important meal of the day.
Yeah, we got to have some fun in here. Speaking of fun, I saw on the birthday list there's Marshawn Lynch.
Now, Marshawn Lynch is a fun guy. You know, I'm just here so I don't. What is it? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah,
or something like that.
That and what did he say? It's all about that money, boss, or something like that. I forget. Skittles guy, Marshawn Lynch.
Like that. Yeah,
I've always
Skittles.
found him entertaining.
Yeah.
How old do you think Marshawn Lynch is?
That's a good question.
37.
Okay, let me think about this. 37. I'm gonna go. That's a good guess. I'm gonna go one higher. I'll go 38.
Both wrong. Riley, would you like to take a guess?
Are we high or low?
Riley, take a
both
guess.
wrong.
Wait,
Both
can you
wrong.
give me the higher or lower first?
No.
Okay. Well,
How old is Marshawn Lynch?
I'll go 42.
Also incorrect.
Is he younger?
He is 40.
40.
Wow,
Okay.
Marshawn Lynch is 40.
What did you say?
42.
Yeah, but she
So you
overbid.
went over.
Yeah,
so
she
I won.
overbid.
I
Bo
won.
won.
Is this
I won.
the Price
Bo
is
won.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Is that what
you
this
can't
is?
go over.
Yes.
You can't go over on somebody's birthday. You can't call them older than they are.
That is.
I mean, if you do that, you know, it's not winning for them. I mean, you know, have you done that? Have you ever called somebody at your age? I guess it doesn't matter.
When people answer or ask me how old do you think I am? I'm like, well, this is a game we shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
This is not a game we play.
Does
Always go younger.
So you work at a restaurant.
I do.
do guys ask you that a lot? Do they say, how old do you think I am?
Well, it happens a lot when I like ask to check people's IDs. They're like, oh, well, how old do you think I am? I'm like, I'm not gonna answer that question.
Yeah.
Or they're always like, oh yeah, she's 12. And I'm like, guys.
Do you get a lot of flack when you ask people for their ID?
Yes.
You do. You're just doing your job.
I know. I'm like, I just don't want to get fired.
Do you feel like it affects your tip?
No, I don't think so. I try to make up for it through the rest of the serving experience.
Are most people nice?
It's like a Luke Bryan song.
Yeah.
Most people are good.
Yeah.
Are most people nice? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I would say generally.
Generally speaking.
Yes, people are.
Okay.
They're
All
pretty
right.
nice. You'll get like a couple people here and there that are just like rude.
Yeah.
And it's not even like they're just mean. They're just rude.
Because some people go to a restaurant or a bar and they're just like waiting on the waitress or the waiter to screw up.
Mm-hmm.
So they can just pounce.
Oh yeah, we do have people like that. Like
Okay.
every time they come in, they have a problem.
Yeah.
Every
yeah.
time.
Those people.
Yes.
Those people.
Yes.
And they're the same people? Or,
Yes, they keep coming in. And
Can
they
you
don't
spot
get
them a
rid of
mile
things.
away? Can you spot them a mile away? Do you know it when they come in the
Well,
door?
like-
That guy's going to be a problem.
if
like
they're
if
regular,
Bart
they're-
walks in or I walk in, like can you like it's like that's gonna
Like
be
you
a
don't
problem.
know them, but you see
No.
them and you go, that guy's going to be a
Yeah.
problem.
Not on first sight, but I would say first conversation.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
What are the tell signs?
Well, the number one thing is like when I walk up and I do my greeting, they don't respond. I'm like, oh, how are you guys doing today?
Or they don't look
Nothing.
up. They
No,
don't
yes,
look up.
yes.
Yeah. Menu,
like-
the menu looker.
Zero.
Yeah.
They're on their
Talking
phone.
to myself
excuse
at this
me?
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your greeting? You don't
Yeah.
have to say the name
Greet
of the
it-
place you work.
Greet us
but-
as though
but
we
give
just
us-
sat down.
Give us your greeting.
Well, I always go, hi guys, how are you doing today?
Doing
And then-
great. Thanks.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
And
I'm like,
you get nothing.
no, yeah. And then I'll be like, well, my name is Riley. I'll be taking care of you guys today. What can I get for you to drink? Nothing. And I'm like,
Nothing,
well,
Wow.
I'm like, and I'll just stand there.
Just say,
I'm like-
well,
Excuse me.
so awkward.
I'm like, do I come back? Do I just wait
I'm gonna
here?
get y'all started with some water.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
And I'll be back.
This looks
So,
like
yeah.
a water crowd to me.
Did they teach you as a server at the end when you bring the check to be like super nice and chatty in hopes of getting a better tip?
No, but a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you'll have a server and they haven't said two words to you the whole time and they look like they hate their life, but at the end they turn the charm on and it's like, oh, I hope you have a great day and
Do you
hope
know
had
when
a great time.
Do you know when you have somebody on the line? Like, man, I got this group hooked. I'm gonna get a huge tip out of these people.
Well, I will say the people that are the nicest to you are the people that tip the least.
Yeah.
they think
well,
that
their
makes up
tip is
for it.
just being pleasant.
Yeah, and like that doesn't pay my bills, you know?
Yeah.
I think we need to do a break 90 with Riley, but it needs to be the over
That's
on
right.
tips for a day. 647, good morning, Chuck and Bo Show. Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under 30 grand. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yingling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yingling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yingling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
There are a lot of stupid people in the world, man. I think you underestimate the number of stupid people out there.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you don't know who you are, don't know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Your favorite word, respectfully.
Yeah.
You suck.
Anytime, and I include myself in this, if the word respectfully or with all my respect comes out, somebody's
with all my respect.
Somebody's about to get it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, before you tell us about Weichert, Bart, how many times did you tell us that DJ Lagway was a terrible quarterback?
Man, Edward, thank you.
Many times.
During your locks, usually. It's like, don't do this guy. He throws more to the other team than he has his own team.
Yeah, he's not a good quarterback.
Have you seen his house? He just bought a mansion in Waco. He transferred to Baylor for a reported $4.7 million.
Yeah.
And he has a mansion, and he posted it. And it's all over the internet now.
He's not a pro. He's still in college.
Yeah, DJ. We're talking about DJ Lagway, the Florida quarterback that couldn't throw it out of bounds.
Yeah. He's got a mansion.
Yes.
In Waco.
Yes, I'll show you a picture of it coming up.
Gosh, that's incredible. Hey, Weichert deals in mansions sometimes too.
They do.
They sold most mansion for him.
First time homeowners.
Yeah.
Mine's not a mansion.
Hey, they can sell it. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin companies who we're talking about, if it is time to sell. And sometimes, you sort of wonder, hey, is it time to see what my house worth? Might be time to sell. And they can tell you. Sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes it's no. But you're always going to get an honest answer from Weichert Realtors, the Griffin company. They've been doing this since 1978. And if you are looking, they know how to turn a house into a home. They've been doing that since 1978, too. They're all over northwest Arkansas. We've seen them around here for a while. Washington and Benton counties, and yellow signs all over town. They're in Fort Smith, too. They're in Branson, and you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com.
Okay, that was fake news. And that's not where I got it. I saw that on several different accounts.
It's not true?
Edward says it's not true.
I went on to Twitter to verify this, and I typed in DJ Lagway House, and the top hit with millions of views is the account that pretends to be on 3. It's called No 3.
Yeah, that's not where I saw it. Because I've been
so we
duped
go
by
to
that
Twitter
one
for
a bunch.
verification now?
Well, I've got to go somewhere to
I
verification.
just ask. I mean, is that where we are?
Is he at Baylor? Did I get that part?
He is
that
at Baylor.
Right?
That is correct.
Did he get a $4.7 million deal?
I don't know about that.
See if you can find out all. See how many facts I got wrong. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that in so many different places.
It is so easy.
We'll come back to this.
Okay, we'll dig further.
Yeah, but
I'm
that,
pretty sure
that is a fake
I'll
account.
bet he still has a nice house.
We need to just
Might not be a
do
mansion.
during the 650 segment every day. Why don't we just do a fake story, or we'll do a story and we'll discover whether it's fake or true.
True or false?
Because there's so many of them.
I know.
It will have no shortage of content. But thank you for playing the role,
Edward,
of fact checker for real.
He's had to send out a few of those texts over
Well,
the last few months.
you gotta
That's
make sure.
not
You gotta
real.
make sure you
That's
do.
not real.
You do. But, we're still getting used to like half the world being not real.
That's right.
Haskell Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Haskell is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
With Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball seasons in full swing, there's no better place to catch all the action than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus the best burgers, draft beers, and cocktails that keep fans coming back. It's incredible food and a game day atmosphere like none other. With 5 locations across Arkansas, it's Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
This is Chuck Barrett, and I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye Associates for my recent cataract surgery. They took great care of me. You have to have good vision to be the voice of the Razorbacks, and I'm glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye. I learned patients of all ages have a lot of options when it comes to modern surgery to reduce or even eliminate your eyeglasses. They've been taking care of patients for over 50 years, and that says a lot. So for your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at mcdonaldeye.com.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
Hold on, guys. I want to check them both shows. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I still think there's a right way to do things, and money has become part of this equation. But if you go back to the right way to do things, I recruit you. We have a great system. You want to be a part of this system. You want to go here, improve your game. While you're here, we're going to win. We're going to put some other guys that are like-minded with you. We're going to create some connectivity, some chemistry, but we're all on the same page here to try to develop you for what you eventually want to become, okay? That whole thing, to me, is still at the core of the foundation of how you're going to build a successful program. We've added money into that equation, and I get that, and you've got to play that game to a certain extent. But when it becomes more about the money than it becomes about that, I think that's where it all gets screwed up for programs and players.
There's only 4 or 5 programs, though, that have that luxury. Fortunately for us, we're one of them. A program like Miami, they don't necessarily have that luxury. They're chasing. Program like Louisville, they're chasing.
I think Kentucky's been chasing a little bit. Since
they have been chasing.
I'm not trying to pick on them in this.
No, they've been chasing
case.
some. They've been chasing.
But I think what was interesting about that whole deal is they went and hired Mark Pope, but then they tried to make up the difference between Pope and Cal and act like they were the same by spending money on players. And look, they weren't terrible. I mean, they had a formidable roster. But I just think there's really something too. You're right. I agree 100% with what you're saying, Chuck. There's really something too, though, when it becomes about that money, it becomes about something different than you really need in your organization
because
to win.
You've overpaid for it. I mean, that's the thing that, I mean, we can talk about this till 10 o'clock in the morning, but that's the part that drives me nuts about the transfer portal. People say, well, you got to have money. You got to have money. Yeah, you do. But at some point, let's spend our money wisely.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
By the way, remind me to tell you about the drug bust in the parking lot at the gym yesterday.
Oh, sweet. Performance enhancers?
Yeah. No, I think it was they did not look to be on performance enhancers.
I got you. All right.
I think
the opposite.
I think maybe you can clean a house really quickly.
Okay. I got you. Rebuild an engine. Yeah. Rebuild a small engine in a couple hours.
Yeah, exactly. Middle of the day at noon in the parking lot.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Well, it's full show today. During the breaks, it's full.
I had my mouth.
I picked the only breakfast place Bart couldn't have today. Pro-Land title breakfast.
I know.
I feel kind of bad about it.
I am, and I still ate mine though.
all of it.
Oh yeah, everybody allowed to buy it.
We need to get breakfast for Bart. We're gonna do that. He's not hungry now, but he will be. He will be.
He's fine.
And he's hungry.
Oh,
now.
I know he's hungry.
You think he's hungry?
Yeah,
now?
he's just saying that.
Is your stomach growling? Yeah. Breakfast is the most important meal.
Are you hungry, Bart?
The day.
Not at the moment.
No. What's going on, Bart? You all right?
I'm fine.
You seem like
fine.
we were edgy in here yesterday.
Everything's fine.
It seems like, I spent a lot of time yesterday trying to get over it, and try to come in here with a better attitude today. And I don't know. There's something bothering Bart, and he won't tell us what it is. And he probably wants to be left alone. But you know how we are.
It doesn't work that way.
We just kind of
we pound.
Show.
We pounce.
Be left alone.
That's what we do.
What are you working on? Are you doing the roster?
Yeah.
You doing the setup
That's what
over
you
there?
asked me to do.
Paul.
That's great. No,
that's it. Yeah, I'm doing the dishes.
Yeah.
Why don't you quit nagging me? That's
I'm
what you
unloading
asked
the
me to
dishwasher.
do. Yes,
Just
that's what
like
I'm
you
doing.
asked. You told me to
Unloading
do-
the dishwasher.
You said I need to do more around here, so I'm unloading the dishwasher. What do you want from me?
Why don't you take a walk and get out of my hair? Man, wait, have we spent too much time together? Is that what's going on? We need some time
We need a
apart.
break.
Do we need some time apart? Do you need to go to afternoons for a while?
Definitely not.
Oh man,
That's funny.
Paul Biancardi coming up at 8:15. Hey, here's something to watch, and I don't know if it'll be that obvious right now in college basketball, but when they play the games next year, I think you'll hear more about this. Arkansas is probably going to be younger than they were this year, and college basketball is going to be younger. The COVID year where all these guys got the extra year, and then, some of them had a medical, and all these guys that Cal was talking about on their second wife with kids and alimony and all that. I think a lot of that's going away. Now, some guys are still applying for waivers, but I don't think it's going to be anything like what we've seen the last couple of years in college basketball. So I think you're going to see less really like mature teams, which we saw some of in the NCAA tournament. And the other thing is, I don't know if you're waiting for Arkansas to like sign an elite big guy. I don't know if there are any elite big guys out there that you get and say, that guy's a double-double machine. He can score in the post. He's a rebounding machine. I don't know if they're going to make headlines there. We'll talk to Paul Biancardi coming up. But I think they're going to be as good as they were this year and maybe better. And I think you're going to be able to say that virtually every year under Cal. And we've been saying it for 8 years with the last decade with Dave Van Horn and Razorback baseball. This year feels a little bit different, but I think basketball is going to be like that.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see what the full roster looks like. I mean, they're got to make all the numbers add up, to where you've to where you've got that right. There are a lot of big guys out there. There are a lot of adequate big men out there. I don't know if there's a game changer out there. Even like, the Santos Surreal kid down there at Georgia. I mean, he was an enforcer in our game down there. And I mean, he was a good player. But he's not a guy that's going to go out there and get you 20 unless he just gets a ton of offensive rebounds that night and a bunch of stickbacks. I'm not saying he's not an elite big man, but I'm saying he's not perfect. If he was perfect, he'd be foregoing college and heading to the pros as a lottery pick. So none of them out there are great in terms of program changing. I don't think. Maybe there will be. The one thing about the age of the rosters, COVID was 6 years ago. I've been waiting on us to cycle out of this COVID thing for, a couple of years now. But we've still got guys, he's got another year. And everybody out there seems to be applying for a waiver. Now, the one thing that it seems, and maybe I'm mistaken on this, but it does seem like some of these waivers here and there are now being turned down. Whereas before, it seemed like, you guys just do, just do what you want to do. Keep us out of it. So I wonder if, it will skew a little bit younger, but I'm not convinced yet because there are so many lawyers out there that are just filing lawsuits and seeking extra years, and it seems like they're winning.
Well, even if some of those work out, you're not going to have the same number of guys that link. And COVID was 6 years ago, but that doesn't mean
I know.
It's 6 years from right then, because there were a couple of years after that where they figured out the rule. So a lot of these guys that were older didn't even have to get waivers. But this is kind of a reset, correction year out of COVID. And so I think you're going to see younger teams.
But just because you went to junior college doesn't mean that you ought to get that year back. There's a reason guys go to junior college. It's either ability or academics. And there's got to be a stop put to that somewhere down the line.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Malik Ewan, do you get eligible? He's in the portal, but he's like one of 200 guys.
Well, why should
trying to get
Trinidad
eligible.
Chambliss get extra years because he went to a junior college?
Well, he was at D2 and
Or
didn't play.
D2.
Yeah, his whole thing was
Well, all
didn't
right.
play with medical.
Maybe that's not the best analogy.
I got you.
He still shouldn't have gotten the extra year.
And is that because you believe in the idea of 5 years to play 5 or 4?
Yeah. Like.
Well, whatever the rule is, there's not going to be any waiver unless it's a really big deal.
With respect to the judges, I don't know like what they're talking about because the rules are the rules. Like they're very clear cut. They're very night and day. And so like what you have here is you have judges who are fans of these schools ruling favorably for players who play for the schools they're fans of without actually considering the rules and the rule book.
It's a different
that's
subject.
What's happening.
It's a different subject, but I don't think, for example, that you ought to get a year back just because you get hurt. I don't. In real life, you don't get that year back just because you got sick. I mean, I couldn't work last year. Well, that's okay. We'll just pay you anyway. Well, some people are that fortunate, but a lot of people aren't. I mean, you don't get a year back in life because things didn't go your way that year. I think you get 5 to play 5, period. You just like in school when I was growing up, you got 12 absences a semester, excused, unexcused, doesn't matter. If it's catastrophic, we'll think about it. But if it's not, this is how it is. And so I would like to see that. I would like to see 5 for 5 really mean 5 for 5.
Well, we had the red shirt rule, right? If you didn't play a certain number of games, you could get a red shirt, and then you had 4 more years left after that. So that was 5 to play 4. So basically what they're saying is forget the whole red shirt thing. You can play as much as your coach plays you your freshman year or sophomore year or whatever, but you got 5 years to play 5. And obviously this wasn't a big deal. I mean, there was a case here and there, but this wasn't a big deal until players realized I'm going to make the most money I ever make in my life in college.
That's right. And that was the double-edged sword. And we talked about this, not just on this show, but I'm sure you did and I did too on previous shows, that these kids aren't going to want to leave and the adults aren't going to want to make them leave. Because whether they're fans of the program or just they like the idea of, kids getting a head start in life, makes them feel good. There are going to be people out there who help them stay in college because it benefits them. And we've seen that from day one. And I'm just not convinced it's going to stop yet. I would like for the players that I'm watching to at least be college age. I don't think of them as being amateurs anymore, but at least college age. I don't think that's too much to ask.
I was just thinking how one of the issues we have in college athletics now is nobody has the same interest. Like the same interests aren't aligned. So if you're a player, your interest is not the same as the fans. Like the fans would love for you to be here 2 or 3 years or not transfer out or in every year. And we know who you are and we root for you. The player, get as much money as you can get while you're in college.
Yeah.
And then the coaches, their interests aren't the same as the players. I'm not talking about all the way across the board, obviously, when you get here and you want to develop guys and all that. But a coach wants to keep players too.
Well, and he's trying to make money himself.
And that, like what you just said, nobody being on the same page and nobody having the same interest.
The interests aren't aligned.
That goes all the way back to when the pin was pulled on this thing many, many years ago, the O'Bannon case and all that. And university leadership across the country just passing the buck year after year after year, just passing the buck, not doing anything about it, not making any changes, not coming up with a plan for how to tackle it. That's how things got to where they are now. You can cite NIL, you can cite Judge Wilkinson. You
Go
can
with that.
You can cite like her rulings or whatever. You can cite all that, but it comes back to nobody. The leaders at universities across the country not getting together and putting a plan in place and putting a structure in place for a decade.
I think it's too big for a structure. I think it is so massive I think there's so many schools out there, so many varying interests. I'll defend the NCAA a little bit on this. I hear you, and I don't think you're wrong, but I don't know what they'd have done. I mean, look at this problem, and I'll call it a problem, or at least a situation. I don't know how you fix it. I don't know. I'm less confident I won't say every day. I don't think about it every day, but if I did, I'd be less confident every day that this is ever going to go back to what we would consider any sense of normalcy. I think it is wild, wild west from here on out. That's what I think.
Well, when you say fix it, it's back to what I was talking about with nobody having the same interest start
yeah.
Like, so to fix it for one person, how's that fixing it for the other person?
It breaks it for somebody else.
Like if you're a player, I mean, this is awesome. You get to do whatever and make as much money as you can. And what I mean by whatever is transferring to every year. And so like, who are you fixing it for? And that's what Bart's talking about is when everybody's just going their own way, but you still have a product that if you don't have the product, none of this stuff exists. Coaches' salaries don't exist. Players don't get paid. Fans don't have games to watch. So that's not going away. So that stays there, but everybody's got different interest. And so this is, I mean, there's the reason we can't, it can't be changed is because the only way to change it is a federal mandate. The way that we got to where we are today, the NCAA has no power over this, was states making their own laws. And states got ahead of this with their governing bodies and said, hey, we're going to do it this way in Georgia, and we're going to do it this way in Florida. And so to not be at a competitive disadvantage, other states tried to catch up and play the games too.
I don't even know what people think about the laws and the rules anymore. I mean, I really don't.
It's so hard to keep up with and to hold accountable.
Yeah. I can remember back in the day before everybody was legally getting paid, the states with the lottery, you would find ways to funnel money. This happened a lot in baseball back in the day. You'd find ways to funnel money to players who weren't on full scholarship through scholarships that were available outside athletics. There's always been a way to circumvent some of this stuff, and there always will be. And this stuff that we've been talking about with the multimedia rights holders, putting money into NIL, this is just another. I mean, it's akin to that. I mean, you just find a way around it.
7:16. Bart's going to give us what Arkansas's basketball roster looks like when we come back. You got it? You ready to roll with that? What it looks like as of right now, and we think they're going to add a couple more players. Catch Chuck and Bo on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, wherever you get podcasts or on YouTube. And I know you've been doing business with the Fayetteville Auto Park for 26 years.
Well, it's been a long time. In fact, I don't remember buying an automobile anywhere else. It's happened, but I have to think. It was certainly before 1999. They have been around a long time at Fayetteville Auto Park, and it's because they treat customers right. And that's, I'm talking about what happens after they sell you the automobile. Anybody can make you a great deal. You can go to any auto park out there and you can get a good deal. But what happens after that's what separates those that last from those who don't. And when you've been around for 26 years, as they've been now at Fayetteville Auto Park, it's because you treat people right after the sale, keeps them coming back. If your car's being serviced that day and you got to be somewhere, they'll make sure you get there. They got loaner cars over there. They'll make sure you get there. They've done it for me. They'll do it for you, and they'll do it for everybody. It's part of service after the sale. They've got a great collision center. If that happens, hope it doesn't, but if it does, they're there. Got a great service department. You're going to need that, and a great selection of automobiles as well. Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota, great pre-owned selection. You can see them all at FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Let's just be frank. There's been some football games the last few years that have driven people to drinking.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutoPart.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPart.com. We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
Fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, where Arkansas gets engaged.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yingling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yingling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yingling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show. The best sports show in the state is, no doubt, the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Wow. Heck of a conversation.
Yeah.
You want to run it back?
We got a new store coming
Dick's
in.
and Kroger? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, we got a new Dick's Sporting Goods coming in.
One of those is correct.
We were
one of those
talking
is just
about that.
wishful thinking, but on my part.
Okay. All right. But Dick's is what?
Dick's House of Sport coming to the Lowell area in 2028, I believe is when it's scheduled to open. For those who aren't familiar, it's a 2-story, 120,000 square foot building.
Yeah, it's a big building.
It's a large store. They're pretty cool. They have simulators, batting cages, there's climbing walls.
That sounds like an all-day experience.
Love a good climbing wall.
It's an activity.
I think this group needs to go do that whenever it opens.
Let's do it. We should be doing the show there every Friday. I mean, I know when we're at Oaklawn doing the show, Bart's hitting balls on the simulator in there.
I meant like
golfing, just bang, bang.
outside of the show, like a field trip.
Oh,
like a team building.
Well, it'll be March
Like a
of
retreat?
March
Yeah.
of 2028.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll have to keep this thing going.
If
for
we
a
can
little
hold it
longer.
together until March
Yeah.
of 2028, we can go have a retreat up there.
This is where the Costco was going to be in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, what
before.
happened there?
Well, I think some things did. And
give us the full story,
well,
Bart. What happened there?
I don't know that we want to go there. So it'll anchor a new development there in Northwest Arkansas.
Anchor.
Which will be great. It'll be. I've been to one. The stores are great.
Bart's excited.
Northwest Arkansas.
He brought it up.
Northwest Arkansas doesn't lack for amenities, but there are certain things that I feel like we need in Northwest Arkansas. Something like this will be
you
good.
have a list? You have a list?
Yeah. I mean,
amenities. We got another amenity coming.
yeah.
Amenity
There
list.
are like
the amenity list.
well, like
You keep it in your head?
a Trader Joe's would be nice.
Yeah.
A Trader Joe's would be nice.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see?
In-N-Out burger.
In-N-Out Burger would be great.
Yeah.
They're moving part of their headquarters to Nashville.
That's what I've heard.
So
They're coming.
I imagine that's going
They're
to
on
happen
their way.
at some point. A Shake Shack. Might as well get all of them in there.
Anything's going to change our lives.
You could just.
I would like a Kroger, maybe a Publix.
Yeah.
Something
Publix
isn't going to be here. No,
doesn't
but
come up the score.
Kroger's in the rest of the state, so maybe take a trip up I-49 to Northwest Arkansas. That'd be great.
Bart could create his own
He
development.
really could. His
Own
own
development.
his own
Just
utopia.
What would be in the what would be in the development? and
What
of
would
course-
be in your own
and of
personal
course,
utopia? Bart?
we would have a radio, just a massive production studio.
Yeah.
In which this show
right.
originated from, at the hub of it all.
That's right. Yeah.
Like it's kind of like your own Walmart campus, Bart's campus.
Yeah.
We just need to purchase a big tract of land, and away you go, man.
That's right.
Is this what you think about when you've got windshield time? You just kind of
Sometimes.
drift off, and boy, wouldn't it be nice
Well,
to have a Publix?
Usually when I go usually when I go to like a couple of different stores and can't find like one or two things that I need at any of them, that's when I'm like,
Yeah.
man, it'd be nice to have like a big grocery store.
Just get it going. You could get a lot of people on board. Talk about how it would help recruiting.
People got to
NIL
eat.
visits.
People got to eat.
Yeah, and more NIL money. You know what I mean? No, if the more amenities you
There's
bring in, like,
groceries around here. I mean,
sometimes
you can get groceries around here.
You can, yes.
I don't have any problem with the grocery store, but I understand. I do understand that.
I like being able to go to one place and get everything I need and not have to go to multiple different stores.
Go to Walmart.
World's largest retailer,
Yeah, it
right
is.
there.
It is.
Well, even they sometimes don't have everything that you're looking for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa,
But like if Trader Joe's were here, you wouldn't exclusively shop at Trader Joe's, would you?
I would probably do most of my grocery shopping there. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Where's the
expensive.
closest Trader
What are they
Joe's
paying you?
to your residence?
Tulsa.
Tulsa?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like something you ought to do every other weekend.
When you're in Tulsa, do you
Just
stop
go to-
in? Do you stop in?
Sometimes I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I stop at Trader Joe's
sometimes,
every
Do
time.
you really?
Yeah, sometimes I
Never
load
been.
up
Never
a
been.
cooler and a couple of bags and bring stuff
You
back.
ever been, Riley? You ever been?
It's cheap. It's
Riley
cheap
loves
and
it.
it's
You ever
good
been, Bo?
quality.
Trader Joe's? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The best part about
I've never
Trader
been.
Joe's is all
Oh,
their
wow. It's-
their like original like stuff that
They have their
make.
own brand, like
Yes.
Trader Joe's
Trader
brand.
Joe's, yes.
Trader Joe's
It's
steak.
and it's all
orange
it's
chicken.
all very.
Trader Joe's hamburger.
I've got
meat,
some of that
stuff
in the
like
freezer.
Well,
right now,
not
actually.
necessarily like produce like that, but like prepackaged frozen
I got
stuff,
you.
bakery.
Trader Joe's
chips.
bread.
Sure.
Yes.
I just wondered.
Yes.
This sounds like a bracket contest.
Well, I mean,
Grocery stores.
I don't get out as much.
Well,
as maybe you guys.
I mean, look, I've had people point me in the direction. I probably would have not gone either. Like
Josh in
there are
Springdale
special
says
things
it's
there.
wildly overrated.
Well,
Not just overrated, wildly
That's
overrated.
That's a
I
bad
disagree.
opinion.
I disagree.
Bad
Yeah,
opinion.
it is a bad
Really?
opinion.
You guys are both shooting it
it's
down?
Very
Shooting it down.
It's very affordable compared to other grocery stores. Like you're like everything is fairly inexpensive. and it's very high quality as well.
Very high quality.
So
Wow,
Yes.
very. Now, what's with this HEB thing down in Texas? As long as we're going
That's
through
what I
stores
wish
here.
we had. was
HEBs are great.
Really?
When I lived in Waco
Great-
for one
great
year,
store.
that was like the best part about
Let me
Texas.
take this segment, Bo.
It's a great store.
Bo's already checked out.
Yeah, Bo's already checked
Yeah,
out.
Yeah, we need an
it's-
HEB.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fresh tortillas.
It's the only good thing about.
There are specific things that people go to Trader Joe's for. Like cookies would be one thing. Another thing would be coffee creamer that you can only get
Wine,
there certain
cheap
times.
wine,
Cheap
cheap
wine.
and good wine.
You want some cheap wine?
No, it's
Cheap and good.
good quality,
Cheap
but
and good.
inexpensive.
I want
I
that
should say.
$9 bottle of red wine to be good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's right, and it is.
Speaking of wine, it's Wine Down Wednesday at Macadoodles, and
Sure
if you
is.
could get what to watch on television ready for us, I will tell you that Wine Down Wednesday at Macadoodles is 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. Roger built that store about 30 years ago, built on customer service. That was his motto from day one. We want to give you more than the customer expects. And that's exactly what you get when you go to Macadoodles. They have tasting, open to close every day. You won't find a better selection. Competitive pricing, but it's how you get treated and how they take care of you. And you've got a big order, you need some help. And they'll do that for you at Macadoodles. They'll help you carry it out to the car. They've even got umbrellas at the front door. They got free coffee, popcorn. But really, you know where everything is. If you're looking for it, it's hard to find, go to Macadoodles. Macadoodles just north of Bella Vista in Pineville and at Guess Who in Bentonville. All right, we got to hit a break at 7:30, and we'll finally get to the roster as it looks now after the roster of grocery stores took over the last segment. Good morning. Do you worry about what any of this is doing to our reputation?
There are times, yes, yes, I do think about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're big hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Hey, it's Bo, and what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, and a community that actually feels like one? Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. The first new construction in 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today. That's BigCreekGolf.com. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Will Chuck and I still be doing a show when Arkansas wins a national championship in football?
No. And I'm no.
We'll all be dead and gone.
No.
Well, what about Everett? Will he be here to see it?
What about
No.
What about Bennett?
What about my son?
Yeah, what about
No.
He's not even how old's Bennett? 2?
He'll be 2 1 month
I mean,
from now.
I mean,
Okay.
there's.
Now, why do you say that?
party,
My point is,
birthday
there is
party
no
invites coming
evidence.
soon.
Okay, good.
There is no evidence whatsoever that points to that.
How about Ryder,
based on
my grandkid?
what we have
Ryder's slightly
today?
younger.
Does my grandkid have a chance
Sure,
at a
maybe-
lifetime
maybe
football
so.
national
Maybe so.
championship?
What about Ryder's children?
I don't
So
even
that's
know.
the near future.
Yeah.
That's the near future.
Look, I mean,
Now, come on, Bart. Why do you say that?
because there's no evidence to support the idea that Arkansas is anywhere remotely close to competing for a national championship in football. There's zero evidence to
What if
point
they
to
get
that.
lucky?
Well, you know,
I disagree slightly.
oh, okay, that's fine. But
I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
There's nothing that says that this roster, that this coaching staff, that anything is remotely close to winning a championship.
Well, they just got here.
Well, I know.
And they would have said
know.
this. In fairness, they would have said the same thing about Signetti when he got to Indiana.
Sure, maybe so. And sure, you can catch lightning in a bottle, but there are so many other sports that are an awful lot closer to winning a national championship here than.
But does it
than
matter?
football.
I'm talking about not to that team and the program. I'm talking about the fan base, which is every Arkansan that cares anything about the Razorbacks. Does it matter? If you win every single championship in 18 other sports, does it matter?
It should. It should, because you're not going to win one in football anytime soon.
Yeah, but whether it should or not, it doesn't change whether it does.
I understand that. I do. I really do.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the branch you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com.
I'd like to go to Augusta National.
I would like.
Never been.
I like how you say it better too. Augusta. It's phonetically pleasing.
I strive to be phonetic.
I know you do.
It's one of my goals every morning.
It's a good one.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Mostly sunny today. A few clouds. Highs in the low 70s. It's springtime. Springtime in Arkansas.
Mo, we've had a little pollen lately too.
Oh yeah. That's part of it.
It's been
Storms coming this weekend. Just be weather.
I hope the weather cooperates for this thing on Saturday. Seriously.
We need a partnership with an allergy medicine from the Allegra Studios. The Chuck and Bo Show.
Zysol, please.
Yeah.
Zysol.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I take. So.
Well, I'm sure you take only the best.
I'm being selfish.
Well, you also, you've got a more allergy more of an allergic situation than we do.
You got a lot more knowledge of what's for sale at the pharmacy and what's not.
Like all of the allergies in the air were meant for you. You've been dealing with that for most of your life.
Yeah, it's
a thing.
We do allergy shots. We've had some.
You more than most.
Sinuses and allergies have been a recurring thing.
I'm surprised you go out. I mean, it's nice to get you out of the house.
You got to live life, man.
He lives in a plastic bubble.
You got to live life.
It's a side benefit to COVID for Bart. He's like, this mask is kind of helpful.
Don't kid yourself. I still wear. I still wear it when I mow the yard.
I bet you do.
And it's very helpful.
You wear a mask when you mow the yard.
Yeah, I bet he does.
It's very helpful.
Okay, if he didn't, we wouldn't see him for a few days. All right, who's on the basketball team?
Who's on the team?
What's that roster looking like? Everybody's wondering, okay, what kind of team are we going to have? And I think people forget the 3 guys that are coming in, the 3 freshmen coming in as part of this conversation. We'll talk to Paul Biancardi at 8:15. Everybody's looking for like an elite big guy in the portal. 2 things about this year's class. There really aren't a lot of elite big guys in the portal. I mean, you might be able to find one that you would say you think's elite. And we don't know. Coaches evaluate it. They know whether they believe this player can come in and do whatever. The second thing is, Chuck, prices have never been higher in the portal. It's gone up this year. And so that guy that went to Miami, from Georgia. I mean, the idea that he's worth $4 million is laughable to a lot of coaches in college basketball.
Well, it is.
Because he's not even a scorer.
No, he's a rim protector and a defender and a rebounder, and I mean, I'm not saying he's not good.
That's right, but is he?
But he's not a guy that's going to
franchise player.
He'll give you 10 rebounds. I don't know if he's going to give you 20 points. So who we got, Bart?
Okay, incoming freshmen. You've got Jordan Smith Jr. a guard. You've got a couple of wings, J.J. Andrews and Abdou Toure, right? A couple of transfers coming in so far. Cooper Bowser's a big. And then you have a guard in Jeremiah Wilkinson. Returning players that we can say as of today, Isaiah Seeley, who I would classify more as like a wing than a big. Paulo Semedo, who did not see action this year, a big, and then Billy Richmond, a wing. Malik Thomas, his status is up in the air as he goes through the NBA draft process. As the roster stands today, you've got 7 rotation pieces, maybe. That's including Isaiah Seeley, who wasn't really a part of the rotation this past year. So you've got kind of 6 proven rotation guys as it stands right now for next season. Malik Thomas comes back, that would be a 7th rotation guy. Isaiah Seeley takes a step forward, and he can add some minutes. And then whatever else happens in the transfer portal or in recruiting.
See, I'm of the opinion, and I realize this probably goes counter to what a lot of people think. I don't think the most important development in the offseason is do they get another big guy or two. I think it's does Malik Thomas come back. That to me is
that's going to. I know
that to me is the overriding issue with the basketball team.
That will put them over the top in terms of the roster they end up having. So they're either going to have a really good roster or a really, really good roster.
Right.
If Malik Thomas comes back, that'll put them over the top.
Well, and that's what I'm speaking of. Yeah. Because when people talk about signing a big man, they're looking for somebody to put Arkansas over the top, get them beyond the Sweet 16 to the Final Four and have a chance to win the whole thing.
They're going to add another big man or two.
Right.
Like,
2 more.
Because you do have to have some bigs out on the court. You can't roll a bunch of, 6'5" guys.
But I don't know if they're going to sign someone that we just look at from the outside in and go, well, that guy gets you to the mountaintop.
They're not.
Whereas you can go out and fill out your roster with a couple more bigs and deal with all that from a body standpoint. But if Malik goes to the NBA, somebody like Wilkinson's got to come in, and I mean they got to hit it hard right away. And J.J. Andrews has got to come in and hit it hard right away, and so does Smith and Toure. I just think if he comes back, this team has a chance to take another step. If he doesn't, they still do, but they're going to have to do it in a much different way.
Well, we're all focused on that elite big man piece because that's how Arkansas got beat, or that's what you saw in the tournament.
Right.
But I'm telling you, those are not the same guys this coming year in college basketball.
Well, you may not have as many that you play against. You're right.
There aren't going to be the same amount of guys that when you go play a team, oh, crap, that's the guy that's going to beat you. You don't have it. And that's what we're all locked in on. But you will have
But
guys,
in the tournament, you are likely to play a team like that.
And you got to have enough size to play. But if you're talking about what's the most important piece of this basketball team, Chuck's 100% right. You want a bona fide scorer that's
you want an All-American,
a projected
first-team All-American,
potential first-round pick that's coming back to your roster for a second year. That's the biggest win I think they could get.
I think the size in college basketball is going to look different next year, too. I think it's going to be more what we've seen in previous years. I mean, prior to the last 2 or 3 years or whatever, where it's more kind of rangy bigs with length who can shoot. It's not going to be like as much of the interior muscle and brute force that we've seen the past couple of years, especially from the teams that have won the title. I don't see a lot of those type of guys in college basketball.
It's kind of like Arkansas last year. Arkansas ran into a couple things last year. Really 3. They had an injury with Knox. They weren't as good at the big spot as they thought they were going to be. And then defensively, they were such a high-scoring team, they didn't really match that defensively. Yeah. This year's identity will likely be different. They'll probably be a lot better defensively.
They will be a lot better defensively.
And they won't be quite as explosive offensively, but they might be a more complete basketball team. Every team has its own kind of makeup when you get the whole roster put together.
And we have to acknowledge, I mean, the style of play in college basketball in the SEC, it's all cyclical. I mean, we're a couple of years removed from, everybody's playing 5 out. I mean, you got right. This is the way. You got to do it like the Golden State Warriors do. Everybody's got to play like they do. Well,
turns out that only works with Steph Curry.
Well, but that's my point is I mean, if you get good players, you're going to coach to their style of play and at least to an extent. So what works in college basketball now may not be what everybody's doing 2 years from now.
We'll have Bruiser Flint, assistant basketball coach, on the show tomorrow. And I don't think they're nearly as worried as some fans.
No, I don't think so either. In fact, when I've talked to them, which has not been a lot, but a little bit since the season has ended, I don't get that sense either. I think they feel like things are going okay.
Guys, John Calipari is the head coach of the Arkansas Razorback basketball team. He does not have bad teams. He does not have rosters without talent. Arkansas is going to be good next year.
People get that. We've gotten locked in on this elite big guy thing. Yeah. And again, I just don't I'm telling you, even if they've gotten that surreal dude, he's not even averaging 8 points a game. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a good player, but even if they got that guy, that's not the piece that takes you to the Final Four.
If there were 2 or 3 big guys out there that were as good as what Michigan threw out there, what Arizona threw, Chenyalu. They might be getting $6 million. I mean, honestly, they might be. I don't know if there's that impact guy out there, and we fool ourselves sometimes into thinking that a big body equals, a great big man. You can have 2 6'11" guys out there, and if one of them's decidedly better than the other, I mean, that guy's going to win. So when you talk about an elite big man, it goes way beyond just being a wide body. There are some big guys out there, but I don't know that there's a game changer out there.
Paul Biancardi coming up at 8:15, and we'll get some of his thoughts on this. He knows the portal and the recruiting scene as well as anybody nationally. Hey, we were at Big Creek last Friday. Bart broke 90, and there's something special happening there. If you haven't been to Big Creek and Mountain Home and you haven't seen the homes there and the beautiful golf course, they've got new construction going for the first time in 20 years, and they're selling home sites. Imagine raising your family somewhere welcoming and genuinely beautiful, where kids have room to roam, the neighbors know your name, the weekends are spent on the golf course or the lake or the trails. That's the Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, a vibrant community with year-round events for all ages, world-class outdoor recreation, and brand-new home sites now available for families ready to put down roots. If you're thinking about a relocation or just a place to go, it's a small town and big life. BigCreekGolf.com for more information today. BigCreekGolf.com.
We're talking down to people, Bart.
I'm going to talk down to people when they're wrong.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. With easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, if you've been thinking about a new truck, now's the time to head over to Chevy of Fayetteville. Supplier pricing is backed by popular demand for the final days of Chevy Truck Month, and that means some seriously big savings. With over 200 new Chevys in stock and ready for immediate delivery, finding the right one has never been easy. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park, or visit ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Together, let's drive.
With Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball seasons in full swing, there's no better place to catch all the action than Walk-On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus the best burgers, draft beers, and cocktails that keep fans coming back. It's incredible food and a game day atmosphere like none other. With 5 locations across Arkansas, it's Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Heading to Baumwalker Stadium? Make the Stonebreaker Hotel part of your game day routine. Just minutes from the ballpark on Markham Hill, it's the perfect place to start or finish the night. Stop in for pre-game drinks and seasonal bites at the restaurant. Then come back after the final inning to relive the biggest plays. Or skip the late night drive and stay the night in one of Stonebreaker's modern guest rooms. Game days are better on the Hill. Visit stonebreakerhotel.com.
You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because
Well, that's all I wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Haskell Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Haskell is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You got it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under 30 grand. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you don't know who you are, don't know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Chuck and I have been doing radio our entire lives. We've been doing shows like this our entire lives. But I feel like we've been having these same conversations for 30 years, Chuck. And it is basically, how do we win at football?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, before we leave this basketball conversation, nobody is saying they don't need big men. Nobody is saying that should be ignored.
Who got that?
I was reading a couple of the texters here. Nobody's saying that. They're going to sign another big man or two. But I'm of the opinion that from particularly an offensive standpoint, your scoring punch is going to come from other places. That's just my opinion. I would like to see him sign someone who's rugged inside, someone who can rebound, someone who can defend, someone who can, do the dirty work, so to speak. But I think sometimes people get this idea that, well, they're saying we don't need a big man. No, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that at all. And they will sign probably 2 more guys of size. But I don't know that we're going to look at him and go, okay, that's the guy right there that everybody in America wanted, and somehow or another we got him.
Eddie said, I don't understand y'all's take. The teams that beat us bad had a forceful big. Everyone in the Elite Eight had forceful bigs, but y'all think over 1 year that all changes.
No, that's not what anyone's saying.
But it is changing a little, and the reality is you can get bigs without getting a guy that is a double-double star, because those double-double stars don't exist. They're not in the portal. Like, you can read whatever article you want to read, but the idea that Cyril went from Georgia to Miami for $4 million is about $3 million or $2.5 million more dollars than the guy's actually worth. And we can all evaluate this when it plays out next year. But if they had gotten him because you heard about him, you would have thought they won. They won in the portal. They're still going to get big guys in the portal. And we'll see what they do there. And if they get dominated inside, then it will not have worked. But if you think they're not evaluating that and knowing what they need on the roster, I would say they know more about it than we do, and I would just trust the process right now.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool, and a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you don't know who you are, don't know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
I don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU. I want weird stuff going on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to Weicker Griffin BartGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You and Bart are going to be rolling around in the home.
Okay.
No, let's not get carried away.
That's a great topic.
You're putting
That is
many
a
years on me here.
Well, hold on, though. That's a great topic. You in a assisted living home, and you holding court, and you being pissed off at people. That's a great topic.
Bart's
What does
gonna have an
Bart
illegal
look like
pudding
at
racket
86? What does an 86-year-old Bart look like in an assisted living home where he's in there holding court and telling people that he's going to run the place? He's going to run the place. And then, he's going to maybe get thrown out. Do people get thrown out of assisted
Yes, they
living
do.
places?
They do. There are many, and I'm one of them. You've been through this with your parents, and I went through it with both my parents. You see some of the most incredible things, some of the funniest things you've ever seen in your life. I mean, and all you can do is laugh when you get in that situation. And I suspect Bart will provide a few of those moments when the time comes, and I hope I do too.
I can see it. Can you see it, Bart?
No, not right now.
Come on. No, that's way too far out for Bart. Bart should not think about that right.
Well, yeah. I'm just talking about, you and dealing with people. And get out of my room.
Well, I mean, look, nobody wants to be invaded.
There will always be
the good part is you can say those things at that age and completely get away with it. I mean, completely get away with it.
Can you imagine Bart having a podcast at 86 and completely saying whatever
the whole
he
world's
wants?
going to hell in a handbasket.
Whatever he wants to say. Totally, kind of like the show, but you just another level.
Yeah.
Just on another level. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for The Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
The judge in Alabama deserves a medal for stepping up, saying, you know what, this isn't right. This isn't right. We can't do it. Greg Sankey stepping in to say, look, the other 3 commissioners or 4 of them should get together and start making statements when these cases come up. Because you can't have a guy that's on his second marriage with 3 kids playing against an 18-year-old.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, man, y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy to see
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I guess the first order of business is let's define what an elite big man is. Santo Cyril, the guy at Georgia, the $4 million man in Miami. Well, he's got to be elite if he's getting $4 million. Edward, what did Santo Cyril do in the first round of the NCAA tournament? The guy that's going to put somebody over the top. What did he do in the first round?
He did absolutely nothing. I'm confused about it. I wanted to go back and look at his stats from last year, and so I pulled up his game log. in that loss to St. Louis, in which St. Louis built a
First round.
40-point lead at
First
one point
round.
in an
First
8-9
round.
matchup.
First round
matchup. He played 12 minutes, had 0 points, 1 rebound, a steal, a foul, and a turnover.
$4 million.
I'm trying to dig and like it sparks questions in me. Was he hurt? Was something going on? But I haven't.
He might have gotten in foul trouble. I don't know.
No, he had 1 foul. He only played 12 minutes. I don't know what was going on, but that guy got $4 million weeks after.
Well, he's a single-digit scorer.
Yeah,
like,
he
on
had
average.
9 points, 5 rebounds.
And the point in all this is nobody's saying an elite big man's not needed to put you over the top. Nobody's saying that. But people are like, well, if we had Somto Cyril, well, Georgia had Somto Cyril. They were one and done. No points, 1 rebound, 12 minutes. He's not going to become a 20-10 guy just because he goes somewhere else. And look, I'm not saying he won't have great games. Miami may win the whole thing. We all have to eat our words. But we get bent out of shape over guys that we really don't know anything about.
That's right.
We don't know anything about them.
Everybody knows they are getting and needing
Sure they
a
are.
big man.
Yes.
Like it's part of a basketball team. Like you need a wide receiver. Of course you need a wide receiver. What's interesting is when we throw around words like elite and we can't tell me who the elite players are. And where did you come up with the idea that this was an elite player?
The idea, well, let's just go raid Michigan and Arizona's roster. Well, that's probably not going to happen.
Well, they're not in the portal.
You know, and well, right, yeah, but again, we look at what a team needs. When it's our team, we look at what our team needs, and we think the guys out there, always going to be the answer. And somebody out there at Arkansas will sign a couple of them, I figure. Hopefully one of them, 2 of them can help them a lot in that area. But this guy, and again, some of them are classified as elite, and that's just not quite right. What do you got, Edward?
Just another stat from that game. St. Louis outscored Georgia 66-28 in the paint in that game. And the primary big man for Georgia who's responsible for some of that is seen as some program savior.
And I'm not picking on him. He is a good player. He played well against us, and they kicked our butt that night. And I give him credit for that, and he was part of it. But that doesn't make you a $4 million man. And the idea that if you're unwilling to do that means you're not committed to winning, that's not true. It means you're committed to good sense. I mean, that's what you're committed to.
Well, you got to think about how it impacts your entire roster. And at the end of the day, it's about the total roster you put together. I think we look at last year's team and we say, well, if you could just plug one player in there, that would have put them over the top. If you would have just had that Cyril guy, that would have put them over the top.
Do you know how many teams can say that?
Yeah. But, Michigan's guy, they're big. They're 7'2" guy. What was he, a backup at UCLA the year before?
Right.
I mean, not everybody all of this becomes a popularity contest that, frankly, we don't know that much about. I mean, honestly, we can do research and we can read all the articles and whatever, and we'll talk to Paul Biancardi in a minute. He knows as much about it as anybody. But every coach in college basketball is doing the same thing. They're trying to fill the holes on their roster. And Arkansas is no different. And the difference might be for a fan, you just don't know who the guy is. You're not really familiar with them. But that's also true of most of the guys in the portal. And if you don't get a name, that you're familiar with, you may think, oh, well, we're not getting done what we need to get done. They're going to have 3 big guys next year, maybe more. They will have them. And nobody's got more at stake in who those guys are and what they do than Arkansas. But next year's team is also going to be a different makeup. They're not going to be built the exact same they were built this year. And they might have a more complete team. They might not score as many points, and they probably won't have a guy, because that's a generational talent in Darius Acuff that can get buckets like he did.
They're going to be better defensively next year. I think if you were to really go break down this season, really break it down, with a basketball coach, with somebody who really understands what he's watching, I'll bet team defense comes up as much as anything. And A big man does have something to do with that, but stopping the dribble drive has something to do with that too. And there will be improvements there next year.
Yeah, I think they've got a plan, and I think that we just
Let's not go
we just
Kentucky
don't have
yet.
all the
Let's not go Kentucky
Oh,
yet.
Kentucky
Try to
get
pick
guards.
this thing apart.
He can
Come
get
on,
guards.
let's
He
not
can get
do
guards,
that.
but he can't get
I
it.
mean, let's not be that.
Do you think they'll
group.
be as good as they were last year? Do you think they're at
Yes.
least Sweet 16
Yes.
good?
Yes.
Okay. And once you get in the tournament, anything happens. I mean, that's the game.
They're going to be extremely good next year.
Yeah, well, that's
Like,
what's interesting to me is we get focused on something.
Let
and act
everything
like it's
sort itself out.
not being
Remember what I
handled.
said yesterday? They have the 5th best odds to win the national championship next year. So clearly, the odds makers, the bookmakers, see something that they like with what Arkansas has going on already. That should be sounding alarms.
You mean they haven't found the dark cloud yet? Is that what you're saying? Well, they're not looking hard enough.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I get it, but that's why I'm trying to explain like how we all get thinking a certain way, and we just get locked on a term, and then when you don't have a name that everybody knows, it's like, well, they didn't do it. They're going to get big guys, and we'll see what they end up being like, but they're going to be a good team next year. Hey, if you want to be good on Mother's Day, Blakemans can help you out. They can make mom feel special and honored as mom should. They've been helping celebrate Arkansas families since 1987, a tradition in Arkansas that has been passed down from generation to generations, and they believe your jewelry should be one of those traditions. The official jeweler of the Razorbacks, over 35 years helping Arkansans celebrate the most meaningful moments, and Mother's Day is certainly one of those. Honor the woman who started it all with a memorable gift, as remarkable as she is, from brilliant diamonds to modern essentials for daily wear. Stop by Blakemans and walk out of there with that purple bag, and you know mom will be happy, and she deserves to be.
Be talking down to people, Bart.
I ain't going to talk down to people when they're wrong.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
This is Chuck Barrett, and I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye Associates for my recent cataract surgery. They took great care of me. You have to have good vision to be the voice of the Razorbacks, and I'm glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye. I learned patients of all ages have a lot of options when it comes to modern surgery to reduce or even eliminate your eyeglasses. They've been taking care of patients for over 50 years, and that says a lot. So for your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at mcdonaldeye.com.
Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yingling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yingling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yingling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I mean, there are negatives that are you can point to fairly readily, and I don't mean that against any of them. We've all got negatives.
Let's talk about that.
I'm not going to lie.
What are they?
But I'm not going to talk about it either.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We're in the weeds on the portal.
Yes, we are.
Portal is closed. You can't get in there anymore. Malik Ewan beat that deadline getting in yesterday, but he's still got to get a waiver to get eligible. What's Arkansas going to look like next year? And, what's happening this year in the portal in college basketball? For some of this, we go to the guy that knows the most, Paul Biancardi, ESPN Director of Basketball Recruiting. And, Paul, we always appreciate your time. Thanks for hopping on with us today.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Well, we know the 3 freshmen Arkansas is bringing in. I think the desire for Razorback fans, and I know it's an emphasis for the staff, is to fill their holes, in that bigs position, that 4-5 spot. And we've been discussing today, like, the price tags are enormous for some of these guys, and the production doesn't necessarily match the price tag. So if you're Arkansas, what are you dealing with from that perspective in the portal?
Well, guys, it's a new market, right? It's a new way of doing business. And that's why it's so important to identify who you want and then evaluate that person, portal, recruiting, and then you have to put a price tag on what you can afford or what you think they're worth. And then you sit down and you negotiate with an agent, and then the recruiting process starts. So it's a little backwards, right? You got to identify first and evaluate. That's always been first. Then you would recruit. Instead of recruiting, now you negotiate to make sure you're in the ballpark with the pricing that the young man and his family and his agent will accept and what you can afford. Supply and demand is a big part of it, and that's why point guards and bigs are such a high price point right now. And I think what gets lost in all this is a player's growth and development. I think maybe parents or even agents think wherever he goes, he's going to be good. That's not the case. A lot of kids will go places based on bad advice, and they're not either happy there with the relationship that they really never established, and maybe the role wasn't what they thought it would be. And when you're not feeling like you're in a good environment, it's hard to grow, it's hard to develop, it's hard to improve. And what happens is they go in the portal again. They may make some good money, but I think they should take a closer look at, okay, how do I fit here with the coach and the staff? How are the teammates? Are they like-minded? What's my role going to be here? And that all gets lost sometimes. That all comes last sometimes because the negotiations of the money can either put you in the race or knock you out of it.
Paul, you use that term bad advice. 2,500 kids, I guess, or so in the portal. How many of them are getting good advice? Because, I mean, I see some of the things that are going on out there, and I'm wondering who's making these decisions?
Well, look, it's simple, guys. Let's put it all out on the table. Agents are trying to maneuver their way into players that are worth a high value. They convince families and players that they can get them more money than they're receiving. Yesterday, I spoke to a Big Ten head coach who said one of his players walked in and wanted to know if he could have an increase of money. Now, this is a player already in the program, going into his head coach, wondering if there was more opportunity for finances. He's not in the portal. And the coach said, well, this is all we had. We talked about this at the end of the season. But he went in yesterday because it was 0 hour on the portal. And the coach said to him, well, where else are you going to get more money? He goes, well, I have a couple of opportunities. He said, the head coach said, well, how do you have opportunities if you're not in the portal? That's called tampering. That's what's going on out there.
Yeah, it is.
Yesterday they called it stick-up day. Guys would go into the office and just stick up the coach and the staff and said, I want a little bit more. It's not everywhere, but it is in some places. And then other people pick up these trends. And that's what they are. They're trends. They're manipulations of money. And coaches got to hold their ground, even though there's an opportunity that they could lose a player that could help them. And it's a really hard situation for coaches and programs because you want to keep the players that you want, pay them what they deserve. You just don't want to be held, in a corner where, you have to continue to pay more and more when you don't have it.
Paul Biancardi, ESPN Director of Basketball Recruiting. Paul, as a fan, okay, let's just say I'm a basketball fan. I'm looking at Arkansas. I'm looking at my team. I get on ESPN.com. I read their portal rankings. I see this player going here. I see another player going there. I hear stories of this guy's getting $3 million, that guy's getting $4 million, and I think, golly, man, Cal has all these guards and he's got players, but man, we got to have an elite big, and we're not getting anybody. I think it's hard as a fan to like it's a popularity contest. But what do all of us really know about the bigs in the portal and who's the right guy for Arkansas to get? And do we have any ability to really evaluate that until the guy's on campus and playing?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, as I said, bigs are in demand. Good bigs, battle-tested bigs, guys that can either really protect the rim and finish on one end and just change the game in the paint, or bigs that can make shots, or bigs that have an upside to them in the low post eventually, meaning a year or two, not 4 years away. There are players out there that can help, but again, you're negotiating to see, number one, are we in the right ballpark financially? Because if you're not, there's no recruiting. Recruiting comes last. So with Arkansas, I think, and a lot of other big programs, they're not always going to tip their hand to who they're talking to. It's not like before when you knew when John Calipari or Nate Oates was at a game, a high school game, that's the kid they wanted. You have a really good idea on the high school side. The portal side, there's no visits. There's really no, you're not going out watching kids, but you have somebody on your staff watching players most of the season. I think these programs now are having a top evaluator, maybe part of their staff, or hiring somebody full-time to start evaluating prospects. So when you have to make a quick decision, at least you have a set of eyes that have been dedicated to this process.
How much of these supposed conversations aren't really conversations, but are just designed to drive the price up? Like, hey, I'm talking to Cal, or I'm talking to Dusty May, or, whoever, and all of a sudden their worth doubles.
Yeah, well, it's like sitting at a poker table. You got to call their bluff once in a while and say, okay, then go. And maybe the kid wants to come to Arkansas, and the agent or whoever is representing, could be parents, is saying we can get somewhere else, we can get more money somewhere else. Those are hard conversations. Number one is this is a family that has a situation to make really good money that they've never seen before. I think we all can respect that. And even people with money want more money. So, for the people that have money, they want to feel like, hey, their son is worth every dollar that somebody else got. But everybody else has a different budget than you do. So it's not about not valuing the player. It's just you can only afford so much. And some of these conversations are fake. Some of them are real. And you have to have good relationships, communication with people to figure out what's what. But the hardest thing for a coach today is to, get in these negotiations and then get sucked in to spend all this money, and then that player doesn't produce to that level. That's tough. Sometimes that's as bad as passing on somebody that maybe goes somewhere else and plays really well. It's a big negotiation game. It's a big evaluation game.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, because if you're a Razorback fan, you think you've got plenty of NIL money. Maybe you think you have more than you do. But I also think there's something with Cal where he's very careful and not overpaying in the portal. And I guess my question to you would be, what is the potential harm of paying more than you think somebody's worth because you need that position? But you look at the guy and you're like, you could help us, but you're maybe a $1.5 million player and you're asking for $4 million. What's the danger in doing that?
You could disrupt your whole locker room. You got to remember, almost everything is public. So guys have an idea of what other guys are getting. They sit and talk in the locker room. Sometimes they exaggerate about what they got. You can't hurt the chemistry of the team. You can't hurt the dynamics of building a team. And knowing John Calipari the way I do, I think he's very, very transparent about people's roles and how they fit and how they have to perform here. When I say perform, I don't mean in terms of productivity, but how you have to fit in. Like, you have to compete. And if you compete with your level of talent, then productivity will happen. But you can't come here and sit out. You can't come here and go through the motions. I mean, that's not going to be allowed. He's built a standard of excellence over his career. And I think a lot of players and agents that I talk to, they want to play for Cal because he's a proven winner. And he helps his guys get to a next level, whether that's NBA or over to Europe or maybe even somewhere else. Cal's the type of guy that he's helping his guys go somewhere else if that's what they want to do. And I think people feel that freedom. But with freedom, you have to have discipline first. And if you're disciplined, self-disciplined with Cal, then the freedom comes next.
What happens with Malik Thomas, do you think, Paul?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I think it's 50-50. First of all, he's got to decide what he wants to do. And my sources tell me it's 50-50 right now. And then he's got to decide, if he makes that decision, where does he fit in the draft? On my board, he's somewhere late in the first round. And in this class, you have so many good guards. You have exceptional talent in this draft. It's very deep, and there are a lot of guards. And can he come back and receive that type of revenue and then position himself better for next year's draft? I think so. He's already showed what he can do with Cal. Obviously, Darius Acuff helped him a lot, but he's got a whole new dynamic coming in, freshmen and portal guys. If he works on his game, he definitely can improve. His stock. Look at Braylon Mullins, the young man from Connecticut. He came back. I thought that was a great decision. He was a late first-round pick, consensus, but receives revenue that's close to that. His team will be centered around him for the most part, not entirely. And I think Malik can grow. When you're the centerpiece of a program, or one of the centerpieces, you have a chance to really get confidence, flex your muscle. He's got experience now. He's a little bit older. He came in older. I think it would be wise for him to come back. But, again, he's got a team of people that are advising him.
Paul, we'll get you out of here with this. And I know they're a couple of roster pieces short, and this isn't over yet for Arkansas, but I think we've got a pretty good feel for the roster. We don't know what Malik Thomas will do. Really believe Billy Richmond's back. But if you're talking to an Arkansas fan and they say, hey, Paul, what kind of team you think we're going to have next year based on what you know today and knowing Cal, what are your thoughts?
Successful. I mean, how many wins? I don't know. We don't know that yet, but the freshmen are special. They're really special kids. They're super athletic, high-character kids, really coachable, competitive. Now, their shooting is a weakness of the group collectively. They're not great outside shooters. So when you're strategizing with these guys, a lot of their points will come inside the arc or at the free throw line or certainly on the glass. I think if you can get another big, that would be huge in all this because Cal's always had that rim protector, since Marcus Camby back in UMass. So as they continue to look at bigs and see what Malik Thomas does, I mean, it's an NCAA tournament team. And once you're in the tournament, as we all know, you get a good matchup, you get a chance to advance. You get a bad matchup, somebody can knock you out. I mean, look at that High Point game. I mean, that was scary. That was a scary game for Arkansas.
Yeah, it was.
I covered High Point this year in the Big South, and not a shock at all about beating Wisconsin. The reason Wisconsin wasn't physical enough, in my mind, you have to be physical with these mid-major teams, and Arkansas had enough physicality.
Always great stuff.
Thank you,
Learned
Paul.
a lot.
Terrific.
Thanks for making time for us. We know how busy you are, Paul. Great work, and we'll continue to follow you. How can people follow you on social media?
Just at Paul Biancardi on X and Instagram.
And, of course, you can see him at ESPN.com. Paul, thanks again.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll do it again sometime. Always love having him on. Paul Biancardi, ESPN Director of Basketball Recruiting. Cold, hot, chilly in the mornings, warm in the afternoon.
Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric.
Better
baby.
have the plan.
Hey, we've talked a lot about Pascal in terms of, the plan protection program and how they do give you peace of mind and how your home's going to be running at optimum condition, and all that's true. But Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric's also part of the community, too. And right now they're teaming up with Razorbacks pitcher Colin Fisher to support youth sports right here in our backyard. Through the end of May, every new Pascal membership is going to directly benefit Pagnazzi Parker Charities and Equipped Northwest Arkansas. Now, if you're not familiar with these two nonprofits, essentially they make sure every kid who wants to play sports has a chance to play sports. And that's why they are there, and they do great work. Pascal's partnered with them so you can protect your home and give back. Memberships start at just $8.99 a month. You can visit PascalProPath.org and sign up today.
We're a bunch of idiots or what?
Yes. Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Pascal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and when it comes to a roof or remodel, let me recommend Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky on what you can expect.
We're going to be there when we say we're going to be there. We're going to have really high-quality people that are going to be there that are extremely talented at what they do. You're going to get more than what you bargained for.
And Teamwork Roofing and Construction now offers financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork. There's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, Chuck and I still be doing a show when Arkansas wins a national championship in football.
No. And I'm no.
We'll all be dead and gone.
No.
Well, what about Everett? Will he be here to see it?
What about
No.
What about Bennett?
What about my son?
Yeah, what about
No.
Bennett? He's not even how old's Bennett? 2?
He'll be 2 1 month
I mean,
from now.
I mean,
Okay.
there's
Now, why do you say that?
My point is
birthday
there is
party
no
invites coming
evidence.
soon.
Okay, good.
There is no evidence whatsoever that points to that.
How about Ryder,
based on
my grandkid?
what we have
Ryder's slightly
today?
older.
Does my grandkid have a chance
Sure,
at a lifetime
maybe
football
so.
national
Maybe so.
championship?
What about Ryder's children?
I don't
So
even
that's
know.
the near future.
Yeah.
That's the near future.
Look, I mean,
Now, come on, Bart. Why do you say that?
because there's no evidence to support the idea that Arkansas is anywhere remotely close to competing for a national championship in football. There's zero evidence to
What if
point
they
to
get
that.
lucky?
Well, you know,
I disagree slightly.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But
I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
There's nothing that says that this roster, that this coaching staff, that anything is remotely close to winning a championship.
Well, they just got here.
Well, I know.
And they would have said
know.
this. In fairness, they would have said the same thing about Signetti when he got to Indiana.
Sure, maybe so. And sure, you can catch lightning in a bottle, but there are so many other sports that are an awful lot closer to winning a national championship here than.
But does it
than
matter?
football.
I'm talking about not to that team and the program. I'm talking about the fan base, which is every Arkansan that cares anything about the Razorbacks. Does it matter? If you win every single championship in 18 other sports, does it matter?
It should, because you're not going to win one in football anytime soon.
Yeah, but whether it should or not, it doesn't change whether it does.
I understand that. I do. I really do.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com.
I'd like to go to Augusta National.
I would like.
Never been.
I like how you say it better too. Augusta. It's phonetically pleasing.
I strive to be phonetic.
I know you do.
It's one of my goals every morning.
It's a good one.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I like people that have the ability to put me first when I'm a client, and to be able to say yes to
What about
things
me?
we're trying to get
What
done.
about me?
Well, when you're going to get a service done,
You're right.
You need
I
somebody
agree.
that's going to put you first and try to be on your side of the table, and that's what they do at Pro Land Title, the underwriter of the Chuck and Bo Breakfast Fund, which, man, it's a good one. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. 45 offices in Arkansas, independently owned. That means they're not owned by a mortgage company, law firm, or real estate firm. Gives them the unique ability to put their clients first and say yes when other companies may not be able to because of their relationships with a huge range of national underwriters. ProLandTitle.com. You got to close. Cheer for the pigs. Close with the pros at ProLand Title and ProLandTitle.com. I think Paul Biancardi just summed up what we've been trying to sum up and articulate for 2 days. I mean, he can. It's his world, and he gets it well. And I think part of sometimes when we're evaluating how you feel about your team or what's happening in the offseason, a lot of it we may not completely understand. And I think we've just zoned in or honed in on this elite big man. But like, could you name 5 elite big guys that are in the portal? When the whole thing started, and are they really elite? That's what we've been talking about today. You've got to find somebody at the price they're worth. Because Wilt Chamberlain is not in the portal. Corliss Williamson's not in the portal. But I think they're going to get guys that can do what they need to get done there. And I think they had a little bit of a miss last year, but I don't know if it was a miss when they got them. When you looked at what Ewan did at Florida State and what Pringle did at South Carolina, and Ewan did some of that here, Pringle just didn't have a good year. He just didn't. And he acknowledged that and owned that. And by the way, that's all over the country, guys in the portal. You don't always know how they're going to play when they get on your campus with your roster.
And what if Pringle had another year? My point is with these portal guys, a lot of times a player, even a good player, comes in, and it's not until that second year that they really get their feet underneath them. I've always believed the best players make the most improvement between their freshman and sophomore years. Pick your sport. That's where the best players make their most improvement, is between that first and second year. And I know Pringle was an older guy, but my point is a lot of these guys, just about the time they're about to figure it out, it's over. And now I want to go back to something Paul said about these new players that are coming in, about Smith and Toure and J.J. Andrews. And this is why, when you talk about the portal, you've got to put together the entire team. He said these guys are not great perimeter shooters. Let's not forget that Darius Acuff averaged 25 points per ball game. Darius Acuff shot 44% from beyond the arc.
Jeez.
44%. Got better as the season went on. Let's not take that for granted and act like that is just, well, if we get Malik Thomas back, everything will be okay. Malik Thomas averaged, about 16 last year? I think between the two of them, they were right at 40 a ball game. Okay. Wilkinson comes in from Georgia. Wilkinson, and I think he's got to be about a 15 per outing guy. You still got a bunch of points to make up there. And you don't just get those by slashing to the basket. So I think Wilkinson's a really, really important pickup, maybe as, if not more so, than one of these big guys that everybody's clamoring for. Yes, rim protection, rebounding, all that stuff, you got to have it to win. You got to have it. And Arkansas's got to have more of it next year if they're going to take the next step. But you got to replace points. And I think it's, at least so far, the guys that they have coming in, Wilkinson is who I'm speaking of in particular, that's being done to address that.
That's why what we mentioned earlier, what we can come back to, Malik Thomas is the thing to focus on.
I think that's the
linchpin. He is the focus between now and
I agree.
The end of next month is, does Malik Thomas come back? And if he doesn't, they're not in bad shape. If he does, I think they get into the conversation of maybe being elite.
Let me ask you this. If they sign two pretty good big guys and Malik Thomas leaves, is Arkansas better next year? Or are they better if Malik Thomas comes back?
And they get a couple of serviceable bigs.
I mean,
they're better with a couple of serviceable bigs and Malik Thomas.
I don't care how you slice it or dice it. You're better with Malik Thomas coming back. I don't care who you pick up or if you don't pick up anybody. To me, that's the most important thing.
He really described it well, Paul did, and Malik having a chance to be sort of the center of the team. The team kind of built around him. That doesn't mean he's doing it all, but you've got a clear number one guy on the team, and you add these and you just put him there with all these other pieces. You like how that looks.
You can go back and forth, make a good argument on both sides of the coin for Malik Thomas. Having been around him and having a small amount of knowledge about the situation, I think he's probably going to get better advice than others. Paul talked about it was a guard-rich draft. That late first, the Mullins kid, who was probably even more of a consensus first-round pick than Malik is, or just as much, decides to go back to UConn. There are moments when I think, he's not coming back. There are other moments when I'm thinking, he's going to come back. I guess that's why it's 50-50.
Yeah, and honestly, I know Cal wants him to make the best decision for him. It's a good spot for him to be in. I
there are worse spots.
Yeah, but it makes a lot of sense if you're looking at it from a Razorback perspective to come back, make equal or a little bit more money maybe than you would at the bottom of the first round for one more year at Arkansas, and then go out and maybe be a lottery pick next year
if things go well
in the draft. That's always the risk.
Yeah.
Like, how does everything work for you when you come back? How does this new team gel? And are you able to kind of expand on what you did this year?
And, there's also the reality that anytime something good happens, you think, well, we're going to be right back here next year or next year's going to be even better. Might not be. And players have to think about that too.
By the way, Billy Donovan has stepped down from his post as an NBA coach, and there's a lot of speculation on will he be the Kentucky head coach
I don't think
next
so.
year.
He said he was just going to look for NBA jobs. At least I thought I saw that yesterday. I think he's going to be the Knicks coach.
That's your hope.
I didn't say it was my hope.
Would you
I'm
like
just
to have
saying, I'd take him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, would that be exciting for Knicks fans?
I want Tom Thibodeau back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I want Thibodeau back.
That was a mistake. That was something.
I don't know what they were thinking.
Man, it's so cyclical in the NBA. Fired guys just move from one spot to the other. They just pop back up at another job, kind of that way in the NFL too.
Billy Donovan's going to get a really rich offer to go back to Florida when Todd Golden leaves to be the Golden State Warriors.
I don't think he's coming back to college.
Well, I don't think he will either. I'm just saying he's going to get a very rich offer.
That's a good call.
He's going to get a very rich offer.
I think fans will talk about it.
Talk about Malik Thomas or some of these other guys. What about Billy Donovan? How good of a spot's he going to be in?
I don't think he's coming back.
But I'm just talking about like the offers he will get.
Why?
Because he's going to have.
He hadn't torn it up in the NBA. He hadn't torn it up.
Well, if you want to stay in the NBA, there'll be an NBA offer for you. And if you want to go back to college for probably the biggest contract in college basketball, you're going to have options.
He's a program changer at the collegiate level. I don't know that he really is at the NBA level. I don't know that a head coach. There aren't very many that have that kind of cachet, and I don't think he's one of them at the pro level. I think he's a great coach. Hall of Fame
I think
coach.
he's a great coach. I think he's had just horrendous teams in Chicago.
He has had bad teams in Chicago. There's no doubt about it.
Bad rosters, I mean.
No doubt.
This isn't Billy Donovan wealth, but we are giving away a couple of gift cards to the Stonebreaker, which is a really nice place. So we got a couple.
You didn't have them before, so if you get them, it's a good day.
It's $50 gift cards, and all you got to do to register is go to chuckandbowshow.com and put your email and name in there. And we're doing this every month. We're giving something away every month. It's a
year of giving.
It's a year of giving. We do it every year, every month, and we're doing it this year, and we're excited about it. And you should be too. Stonebreaker is a wonderful place, by the way. It's just up Markham Hill. You may remember it from back when it was the Pratt Place barn. A lot of weddings and stuff there. They've really done an amazing job with what they've built there. The Stonebreaker Hotel, just minutes from Baum-Walker Stadium. They've got a great lounge and restaurant with great dishes and cocktails. And so if you're in town for a weekend baseball series, you might think it's staying at the Stonebreaker, stonebreakerhotel.com. But if you're in town, always a great place to go dine and just enjoy some company. They got a great porch patio there. Always great events happening. Go to the Stonebreaker Hotel website, stonebreakerhotel.com, to learn more. It's 8:46, Chuck and Bo Show. We are here on a Wednesday. It's April 22nd. Good morning. I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurt. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you've been thinking about a new truck, now's the time to head over to Chevy of Fayetteville. Supplier pricing is backed by popular demand for the final days of Chevy Truck Month, and that means some seriously big savings. With over 200 new Chevys in stock and ready for immediate delivery, finding the right one has never been easy. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park, or visit ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Together, let's drive.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. PG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're Big Hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
When it comes to sports and work, we all understand preparation, performance, and recovery. And that's exactly how the Sweat No Edge works. I'm in the program myself. I've told you about it before. It's designed for men who want to stay competitive as they age with hormone therapy for low testosterone, peptide therapy, metabolic testing, in-body scans, weight loss, and so much more. If you want to feel like you once did, get the free consultation. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com or just search the Sweat No Edge. Hey, it's Bo, and what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, and a community that actually feels like one? Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. The first new construction in 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today. That's BigCreekGolf.com.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Haskell Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Haskell is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You got it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under 30 grand. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you don't know who you are, don't know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
When streaming became a thing, Chuck became the ultimate home button. Now I don't ever have to leave now. It's all right here. My whole,
a lot of truth to
my
that.
whole portal of the outside world is through streaming.
The Chuck and Bo
Oh,
Show.
what a time. What a time.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, May 1st, we're going to be at Oaklawn doing the show. Looking forward to that. Last day of live racing. It's through the weekend of May 2nd at Oaklawn, Rick
Kentucky
Springfield.
Derby weekend.
May 1st. Yeah. And tell me the horse racing news about the Preakness.
So Churchill Downs Incorporated, or whatever the business name is, has acquired the IP to the Preakness Stakes and the Black Eyed Susan Stakes, which runs the Friday before. Really, this puts Churchill Downs in control of the Triple Crown. They can basically set the schedule however they want to, and then force the Belmont Stakes to fall in line. It's also going to be a big deal in in terms of TV rights when NBC's contract with the Kentucky Derby is coming up. They can dangle the Preakness Stakes as part of a package deal to NBC or to whoever wishes to carry it. Fox has invested heavily in their coverage of horse racing and has the rights to the Belmont Stakes.
I just want to know who's going to win the 4th race at Oaklawn today. You got any idea?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you on Oaklawn?
It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I just threw that out there. That's tomorrow.
Hey, Oaklawn is closing out racing
parents are going.
season with the oh, cool. With the major horsepower car giveaway. They've got that brand new Ford Bronco Raptor they're giving away on Saturday, May 2nd. And you can earn entries from now through the 25th. So a couple more days for the qualifier and free play drawings held every Saturday night in April. Earn entries at the races through May 2nd for qualifying drawing on May 2nd as well. Join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort. Book your spring, summer getaway today at Oaklawn.com.
Today.
We're going to spend a little bit more time there.
Rick Springfield, Friday night.
we got
Jesse's girl.
Concert tickets.
Oh.
We're ready to. It's going
to be huge.
It's going to be a time. We're going to have a big weekend. Looking forward to it. And then Mother's Day is coming up May 10th. Don't forget about that. SweatingThemCosmetic.com. Great options for Mother's Day. The spa treatment, all that stuff that mom loves that can just make her feel special and pampered on that day. SweatingThemCosmetic.com. Well, tomorrow Ryan Silverfield's going to be on the show, the Arkansas head coach, so we'll dig in on football a little bit more as we approach the spring game. Chuck and Bo on demand, if you missed any of it, where you get podcast or YouTube, it's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Have a great day.
A Razorback Wednesday.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com. We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And, Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
The countdown is on for the 2026 Razorback Foundation Spring Kickoff, powered by the Link Cube on Saturday, April 25th. Kick off your day at Razorback Stadium with Sunrise Yoga. That's at 9 a.m. Then head over to Hogtown, presented by Coca-Cola, starting at 10. Enjoy a live concert by multi-platinum country music star Justin Moore. Visit ArkansasRazorbacks.com for more details.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
See, this